in North St. Louis to review their surveillance video from between 8:45 p.m. and 10 p.m. Tuesday night in the hopes of being able to capture those involved. Videos can be submitted to tips@slmpd.org. That's St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. They are looking for video of the incident or video showing a gray Ford Fusion driving in that area. Anyone with information is asked to call St. Louis Metropolitan Police or leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. The city of Edwardsville is celebrating the official opening of its new All Abilities Playground on the Nelson campus of Lewis and Clark Community College. A dedication and ribbon-cutting ceremony will take place this Tuesday, August 4th at 9 a.m. The public is invited to attend, including kids, families, neighbors. Everybody's welcome. The fully enclosed, accessible playground opened this month. It includes a variety of play features for children of all abilities, interactive elements, and plenty of shade and seating. The playground is open daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. With next week's pivotal primary election approaching, voters can cast early ballots in downtown St. Louis. KTRS's Brendan Wiese has more on that story.
The Board of Election Commissioners for the City of St. Louis announced that the offices of the Election Board on North Tucker Boulevard will be open for in-person early voting this Saturday, August 1st from 9 a.m. until 1 in the afternoon. No excuse is required. Just present a state or federally issued ID to cast your ballot. Also, several St. Louis public library locations are open for voting through Monday, August 3rd. Check the Election Board's website for more information, including hours of operation. I'm Brendan Wiese, KTRS News.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says Illinois residents who recently lost SNAP benefits will receive a one-time payment per eligible household member beginning August 1st. This is a one-time $400 benefit. The benefit is part of the new Families Receiving Emergency Support for Hunger, a $70 million program. Around 100,000 people will receive the one-time benefit on August 1st. This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. Checking the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune into Straight Talk on retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. The Dow closed up today 615 points to 52,209. The NASDAQ up 679 points to 25,122. And the S&P also closed up 121 points at 74.37. Now for a check of sports and traffic, we say good afternoon to Paul Kopsky.
Good afternoon, Vicki. According to The Athletic, pitcher Dustin May could be the most likely player to be dealt by the Cardinals before Monday's deadline. May does have a $20 million option on his deal for next year if the Birds ultimately elect to keep him around. And St. Louis City SC is unbeaten in their last 7 MLS matches. In that span, City has outscored their opponents by a 14-5 margin. Next up is Real Salt Lake at home Saturday night at Energizer Park. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. 64 West is heavy and slow from Prospect to I-70. 5570 East is slow between 64 and Illinois 111. And 64 East congested between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Westport Plaza. Don't miss the Westport Plaza Family Movie Night Friday for a free showing of The Sandlot. They'll have face painting, concessions, a stage show, and then the movie. That's the free family movie night at Westport Plaza Friday, presented by Royal Banks of Missouri. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Checking the weather, it is 87 degrees with sunshine. We'll have a mix of clouds this afternoon. Overnight, a low around 71. Scattered storms and rain tomorrow. A chance for severe weather between 3 and 9 p.m. Currently, it is 87 degrees. I'm Vicki Pimentel, KTRS News.
Oh, here we are, Friday Eve. Happy Thursday, everybody. Heidi Glaus with Josh Gilbert, Bob Ramsey, and we've got a lot to get to. On a beautiful day if you've been outside at all. I went for a walk early this morning, and it was just such a relief after all of this crazy heat and humidity. Anyway, let me tell you what we have coming up. We're going to talk to Max Foisey because we always talk movies on Thursday, and today we're talking about divorce movies, and there are a lot of them. As bad as divorce might be, or some people might say good in certain situations, it makes for a really great story. So we're going to run through Max's list of some of the best coming up here at about 3:30. In the 3 o'clock, we'll also check in with Laura Engel, an anchor for News Nation. You know, this Nolan Wells story, we haven't really dug into it much. It's the 18-year-old boy who was out with friends and went missing. It was this kind of remote island. They found him a couple days later, but all of these questions continue to swirl. So we'll get the latest on that story coming up at about 10 minutes before 4. In the 4 o'clock, Big D will join us. Not only is he going to give away some of his money, but he has got a lot of job opportunities. We all three got a text from him this morning, and this list just kept running of what they're looking for. So he will do a little pitch for hiring people in the 4 o'clock. We'll also do one of my favorite things and talk RVs with the owner and president of Byerly RV. I was just out there the other day, and they've been selling RVs for 78 years, but what they're truly selling is just an experience like no other.
I would say they're selling freedom.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Right?
Happiness.
Yeah. Yes. There's no price tag on happiness, except there is.
But we'll find out, like, if you've been thinking about it, what is the bottom dollar amount that you can get out and start exploring with one of the options there at Byerly RV? And then we'll tell you about some of the really cool things that they've added. Because when I was out there the other day picking up my RV, you know, for years they've had these like fold down kind of porches on different RVs. Now they just have a built-in porch. Like, if you can see it going down the road and the porch is like part of it. It's static, not something that you have to, you know, kind of undo. And it's really cool. So as I said, they're constantly changing things and adding things. So we'll find out what's new in the RV world. And then in the 5 o'clock, we're going to talk to an author who has a brand new book. It's called The Saved Effect, True Stories of Lives Reclaimed by People who were ready to act. And this is, you know, from a firefighter paramedic, and kind of the effect it has on the person who survived to tell the story and the responders and their families. And, you know, I have a little experience with this since I had kind of a near death experience almost 20 years ago when I fell down some steps. And it does change the way you look at life and maybe how you proceed after that. Maybe even makes your bonds closer with people because you realize just how fragile it is. But we'll get their take on that coming up in the 5 o'clock.
Have you guys ever saved anybody? Like Heidi, I know we were both lifeguards, but I don't think I ever had to jump in.
I did jump in, but it wasn't like I ever had to give, you know, mouth to mouth or...
There's that kid, is it in California?
Yeah.
The lifeguard who jumped in and pulled that kid out.
Did the gorilla kind of grab and dragged him out, which is something that you're taught.
Who's the helicopter guy? He's not really an admiral, but
Harrison Ford.
No, the
helicopter guy.
The local guy, Captain Roger Braham, right? Didn't he save somebody? Like in the river? Why are you guys looking at me blank?
I have no idea. No,
you ever heard this story?
I thought he went into a prison, flew into the prison.
That's not
Roger Brand.
Who
was that?
That was Channel 5's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I'm drawing a blank right now.
Crazy story, though.
Flew into a prison for what?
Well,
I don't know.
He was being held
he was kidnapped. He was chopper
hostage, and they were taking him down. Why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? I worked with the man and very talented. And then his brother, Rich, also was a chopper pilot.
Oh. It'll come to you.
It will.
So, Josh, I keep saying, it's kind of my running line here. When legend becomes fact, print the legend. Well, there's a legend in our family, honestly, that I created about me. So no surprises yet.
Okay.
We're driving to Texas, and we're on divided but not interstate highway. It's the one that goes down through Muskogee and on down to Texas that way. And so we're coming around a curve. You know, it's a highway, so people are going about 65 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And coming the other way, kind of over a hill, is a truck. And I'm watching, and his front wheels go over onto the shoulder, and then suddenly he overcorrects, jerks the wheel to the left. He spins, does a 180, a whole tractor trailer, and then flips on its top, and then slides, and then finally lays over on its side. So, I mean, for a moment, for an instant, it looked like it was coming right across the median.
Oh, so frightening.
Really frightening. I somehow was able to get over the shoulder without hitting another car, stopped, ran across the highway, climbed up onto the rig, and got the guy out.
This is you?
Yeah.
What year is this?
This is probably early teens.
Okay.
2012, something like that. Now, here's
2012.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And there were witnesses.
All over the highway.
Okay.
In my family.
Mm-hmm.
Can Jen call us and back the story up?
Well, she'll tell you this part of the story. The guy was unhurt. The thing didn't catch on fire. He was kind of a big fat guy, and I just helped him get out.
Okay. Well, hey.
I'm saying in the legend,
yes,
I saved his life.
And
absolutely.
as we're jumping from the wreckage, it explodes, you know.
Yeah.
But I tell you, when a tractor trailer's out of control, coming right at you, it was really frightening.
Yeah. But you stepped in, and that's one of these things, too, when I was reading just a little piece of this book, that those first seconds are really the ordinary people, you and me, who step in first before the professionals get there, and how important that is. By the way, it was Alan Barklage.
Of course.
And in this that I just pulled up, the most legendary chopper pilot associated with Channel 5 in St. Louis, late Vietnam veteran, Alan Barklage, known for his dramatic aerial traffic reports and real-life rescues in the 80s and 90s. He famously thwarted an armed prison escape attempt in his helicopter and saved a man attempting suicide from the Poplar Street Bridge. And he tragically lost his life in 98 with an experimental helicopter that crashed at Parks Airport in Cahokia. I remember it.
Wow.
But he also, aviation moments include the 66 crash of a KSD news chopper. I did not realize that. And now I don't know that any of the TV stations have a chopper anymore. At the very end of my days at Channel 5, we were sharing a helicopter. Oh my gosh, all the people on the text line, Alan Barklage.
Yeah.
A couple of them said Alan Barkley. Alan, yes. Somebody said I flew in his back seat for years, Captain Mac. That's so cool.
I remember towards the end of us using aerial, Tim Weiland would fly in a plane. They had switched from choppers to planes. And, you know, and you hear, I'm up in the airplane, or 270. We'll have to get Captain Paul up in a plane at some point. But they had switched to planes and not helicopters. And now, you know, I don't think anybody's using, is Sky 2, Fox 2's
I don't know that they
still active?
I haven't seen that around in a while.
No.
I'm gonna text Martin.
Your wife just texted.
She said I'm a hero to her. Wasn't that not the message?
Something like that. Legend, capital letters only in Bob's version of the story.
But Heidi, you are such a kind and good partner. You had the guy, let's say, been bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Or had a broken bone.
Yeah.
I was prepared to help.
You ran to him and you helped him out.
Yes.
And you know what? You're a hero in my eyes.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah.
That's my partner.
Somebody says, as a NICU nurse, I have assisted in saving many lives. Truly, one of the most rewarding, unmatched rewards of being a nurse. Nurses,
Thank you.
Thank
you
save
for what you
lives
do.
every day. So very true. Somebody wrote a really interesting book about Alan Barklage and that whole thing. I'll have to ask Jennifer Blom because I know she talked to somebody about just that. But it's very, very interesting. I saw something today that I wanted to share with you that I just thought was entertaining because if you're scrolling on social media and you'll probably see like how are kids surviving today? Here's what we had to go through. And it's, basically turning the knob on a television or wrapping yourself up with a phone cord. But what are some of the struggles that kids wouldn't even be able to handle today? For example, the manual typewriter. If kids had to write a paper on a typewriter instead of
and not even
using
electric
I'm talking old school. Yes. I mean, if you made that mistake and had to
the little white tape thing.
Yes. That was, and Josh is looking at us like he has no idea what we're talking about because he probably didn't use one.
My mom had one, but it was electronic at that point, and
like a word processor.
Like the whiteout was built into it. It didn't have a separate whiteout thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fancy.
Yeah. I will say one of the things that I think is really lost on kids is finding out there's a snow day, because now half the time they know even the night before. It's not like you wake up and you're looking at the TV screen to see if your school is on the bottom.
Pre-internet, it's scrolling. And if you have a school that starts in the second half of the alphabet, it drives you crazy waiting to get there.
Yeah.
All the Saint schools are in the S's.
Yeah.
And these days, correct me if I'm wrong, 84126 on the text line. When you have a snow day, sometimes it's a school from home day.
Depends.
So it's not even
because of the internet.
A true day off.
Well, and thanks to COVID and the way that we learned to do that. Somebody said doing research at a library using the Dewey Decimal System to find sources, looking at microfiche to verify sources. Yeah, think of how much time is saved at your fingertips with a computer.
I'm not saying this because we have a partnership with them, but going to the St. Louis County Library there in Frontenac, I would spend so many Saturdays there. My mom would just drop me off. I was really proud of that library card. And even in college at Lindenwood, the library there was really a cool space.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we just go hang out, get one of the little study rooms and
so
be goofy.
I only used it one time, and it was
the library.
And it was for, I don't know why I took this class, but it was called, Library 101.
How did you do papers if you didn't go to the library? How did you?
No. I went to I'm not done with my story.
Oh.
The microfiche. I only used it one time, and it was for a class about libraries where they made us use it. We didn't have to learn the Dewey Decimal System or anything, but it was really cool to put it on, the spools on, and then you can hit that knob and it would go, as fast or as slow as you wanted to. And then you slow it down, and then you find your page that you're looking for. They were like, find an article from the 1974 Post-Dispatch, and that was the project that day. But outside of actually using it for a class specifically designed, never used it.
Never used
microfiche.
machine.
Now, what's funny is in between, as a kid going to the county library and as a college student going to the library all the time, I don't hardly ever remember stepping into the library in high school. And those who saw my grades could verify.
We had a World Book.
And encyclopedia.
It was from 1985. So it was, in 1999. It was
not exactly up to date.
Quite outdated, but you can still use it for, most papers or whatever.
The capital of Burma is...
Well, looking back on it, after going through college, looking back on it, these high school papers were like 2 pages long, You didn't really need to do much.
Yeah, throw a lot of adjectives in there to stretch out the sentences.
Yeah, it's like, gosh, what was I worried about? That was a 3-page paper. And in college, they were asking you to do 15, 20. Yeah. So, these high school, I don't know how much microfishing you need to do for a high school paper.
These days you don't.
No.
That's the point of this whole list right now.
I think that would seem so foreign to a kid.
I think so too. Somebody said I had my grandparents' manual typewriter repaired so my grandkids could experience using it, and they loved it. Our friend Ed Becker said I started a graduate degree at Webster University in 2012, and among the first sessions we had was how to use the library.
Yeah.
In 2012, because it had changed.
Library 101.
Yeah.
2 credit hours.
The old-fashioned street guide, man.
Oh, the street guide with the
like
yellow
the grid,
pages.
and you had to like the A and the 2, and
Love
you come
the street
down.
guide.
I love the street guide. Carried it in the car. Once I became a driver, I use it all the time.
And then you had the different areas and counties.
Yes.
So I know when I first started working at Channel 5, there were like 4 or 5 of them, and you'd pull out St.
go to the
Charles
story.
and
Yeah.
to see where you're going. A couple other things on this: writing everything down by hand, taking notes, not having a computer, like even in class in high school and college.
This topic has to be flipped. What old person would be not be able to realize what is happening here? And that is, I still write everything down. So this one's passed me by.
I still have my old school write it in the calendar. If I have a meeting or something, I go by that, and I'll put it in my phone as well. But I usually rely on my paper calendar.
My wife wants to get one of these things. It's like a little flat screen TV that you put in the kitchen, and it's your calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And it syncs to your phone.
It syncs to your phone.
And I
That's
can
good.
add something.
I
And
have
then
friends that have that.
I walk by and I could just look and see where Finn has to be that day.
Having said that, you go old school with the desk calendar like we have on our kitchen door in the office.
Yeah.
To keep track of everything.
The whiteboard kind of to keep everything.
The visual helps.
Yeah. Somebody said my kids in the 90s were so excited when their school scrolled on the TV for a snow cancellation in the morning. They rarely went back to bed. Kids also miss the unintentional learning. If you were looking up tiger, you might come upon Tibet in the encyclopedia and read about that. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Because you go straight to it.
The encyclopedias were the internet for kids in those days.
Yeah.
Someone said, do we still write in cursive? We have Charlie, who's training here today. He is 17 years old. He goes to U City High School. Charlie, do people still write in cursive?
No.
Okay. There you go.
What about your signature?
That's about the only thing I write in cursive.
Same with me.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think that they even teach cursive
Do they
anymore.
teach cursive anymore, Charlie?
I did not learn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
think
almost
that
got held back
stopped.
because my cursive was illegible.
Illegible. Okay.
My 6th grade teacher, Mr. Robinson, great guy.
Somebody said I still have a calendar that hangs on the side of my refrigerator and
There
it's
you
marked
go.
with all my appointments and birthdays. I'm 71 years old and I love that. So keep your stories coming because we love them and we love that you're a part of the show. You are the show, actually, and we appreciate you being here. So let's take a short break, and then when we come back, Max Foisey will join us and we'll talk about divorce movies.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
Diana from Newstetter's Fine Jewelers here to remind you, we don't just offer the best pieces, we offer one of the last master hand engravers in our country. My father can create timeless, personal, and unforgettable pieces. Come by our showroom at the corner of Big Ben and Doherty Ferry or learn more online at wowdiamonds.com.
Are you carrying a heavy burden or looking for spiritual renewal? For over 82 years, the annual Healing and Hope Novena at the National Shrine of Our Lady of the Snows in Belleville has been a beacon of spiritual inspiration. Join us for 9 consecutive nights of solemn prayer, where each evening focuses on a different healing theme. Trials are a part of life, but through prayer and the intercession of Our Lady, we seek the answers to overcome them. Every nightly Mass includes special reflections, music, and concludes with a beautiful praying of the Rosary by candlelight. Attend any or all of these 9 evening Masses. Visit snows.org/novena.
Hey, St. Louis, this is Zippers Up. I'm getting ready to MC the Mater Media Speaker Series. We're bringing in some big names: Bill O'Reilly, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, John O'Leary, other national personalities. We're going to be at the J. Scheidegger Center for the Arts, Lindenwood University, beginning in September. Go to matermedia.org. That's matermedia.org. Early bird pricing going on now. Don't wait. Tickets are going fast.
This July, we celebrate our nation's 250 years of independence and the anniversary of the One Big Beautiful Bill. As a small business owner, you understand the freedom and independence that comes from owning your own business. Hi, I'm Jeff Zufall, Senior Tax Strategist and Wealth Advisor at Capital Advisor Group, and the author of the 2 #1 best-selling books on taxes, Keep What's Yours and Keeping What's Yours. We're celebrating 50 years helping small businesses maintain their independence by minimizing their financial risk to their business, reducing their tax liability, and growing their wealth with strategic tax planning. If you're relying on investment advice from someone who isn't familiar with strategic tax planning and you feel like you might be paying more than your fair share in taxes, give us a call. 636-394-5524. That's 636-394-5524 or online at capitaladvisorygrp.com.
John Beal Roofing has been proudly serving homeowners and businesses in the St. Louis metro area on both sides of the river in Missouri and Illinois for over 3 generations. A dependable roof begins with a team you can count on, and that's exactly what you get with John Beal Roofing. Recognized as one of Roofing Contractor Magazine's top 100 roofing companies, John Beal Roofing offers 24/7 emergency service and industry-leading warranties, including a lifetime workmanship warranty for total peace of mind. From upgrading an aging roof or completing a full replacement, the team at John Beal Roofing delivers solutions that are built to code, built to last, and handled with expert care. John Beal also responds quickly with reliable storm damage services backed by decades of experience and 24/7 emergency support. Get started today for expert service and a free, no obligation estimate by calling 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
Frank Cusimano and Joe Farmer, weekdays 10 to noon, right here on KTRS, the talk of St. Louis. You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
It is already 3:32. Captain Paul, how's traffic?
Today we have 2 active crashes. There's an accident on 70 West east of Cypress causing a stop and go back up to Air Flight. Estimated clearance time is 3:55. There's a crash on 270 South at Big Bend with a stop and go jam back to Doherty Ferry. Estimated clearance time there is 4:10. 64 West is crawling from Prospect to I-70. 5570 East is slow just east of 64. And 64 East is congested between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Neighbors Credit Union. If you're ready to upsize, downsize, or first-time home buy, turn to the team at Neighbors Credit Union. At Neighbors Credit Union, you'll find great rates, expert advice, and personalized friendly service throughout the entire home loan process and beyond. That's just what you'd expect from a great neighbor. Apply online today at neighborscu.org. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Couple people weighing in on the text line. Both my kids are learning cursive. They just started teaching cursive again in Parkway Schools. My grandson had cursive in 2nd grade last school year. So that's really cool. You probably remember when you'd have somebody come out and do some work at your house, and then they'd give you a paper ticket and you'd have to sign your name, usually in cursive. So A few things have changed when it comes to HVAC systems. You're not probably going to get a paper ticket like that. You'll get, though, great service when you're dealing with Indoor Comfort Team Heating and Air Conditioning. They've been around since 1979, and now they're serving cell phone number. So it's something, even at 11:30 at night, he'll pick up the phone and make sure that you are taken care of. That's because Indoor Comfort Team is small enough to care, but big enough to handle any and every job. And they've got all kinds of great promotions going on right now. They've got a free second opinion, meaning if somebody came out and said, look, you got to replace this whole thing and you're not quite sure, give Indoor Comfort Team a call and they'll come out and give you a free second opinion. They also are offering $2,000 off new train systems with no interest financing if you're approved. Or you can get the VIP maintenance membership program right now for only $19.99 a month. You can reach Indoor Comfort Team and learn about all of those options at 314-894-8200. That's 314-894-8200, or find them online at indoorcomfortteam.com. What a great song. What a
That's what I had in my head
legend.
when I was
Right?
prepping this segment. I thought we're going to bump in with that.
Guys, is it just me, or did you take a minute on surprise?
Yeah. I didn't know where she was going with that.
Roughly 40% of first marriages end in divorce, and it's a sad statistic. But the subject, well, it makes for some great movies. Max is back.
Yeah. Hello, Heidi.
Hi,
Hello,
Max.
Bob. Hello, Josher. And when I was putting together this list, I thought, wow, there are some lists that we do like road trip movies or, vacation movies. And there's like heist movies. There's a ton of them. And like heist movies are a good example. There's about 90 that I chose for that list, and I'd seen like 89 of them. But with divorce movies, I realized that there's not a lot that I have actually seen, and I think it's probably, not to get on the therapist's couch, but probably because I'm a child of divorce, so I don't go out of my way to watch things like Kramer versus Kramer.
Right.
So at the end of this segment, after I list my 6, if you guys have a couple to throw in, I can almost guarantee I haven't seen them because, again, haven't gone out of my way. And for the people who are listening who are thinking, boy, what a depressing subject that Max is talking about, I think next week we're going to do the best movies based on characters from Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
And
okay.
that'll be a really fun one. And
Might
this
be
is
a short list.
we thought about, because of that, I thought about doing best and worst.
Okay.
Because that might be fun because
Yes.
we've all seen some of the really bad ones.
This is
too.
true. And it's to, lighten things up. Some of these movies, when you're talking about divorce, they can be pretty funny.
I've got 6 of them here. I would say 3 are more dramatic and 3 are comedies.
Okay.
So let's start with the funnier ones. And Josh loves to tell the story about when he was growing up. One of his go-to movies that he would watch on VHS over and over again was Cocktail.
When I was 8 years old.
When you were 8 years old, you loved the movie
Yeah.
Cocktail. It makes no sense at all with Tom Cruise. But I bring this up because I had something sort of similar when I was about the same age, maybe a bit older, maybe like 10, 11. I wanted to go to the theater, and I convinced my mom to take me to see a movie called The War of the Roses, which was directed by Danny DeVito, who also starred in the film with Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas,
his old college roommate. Michael
Exactly.
Douglas.
And this is a movie where there are a couple who are going to divorce, but they're living together in the same mansion, and they're trying to basically make each other's lives miserable.
Yes.
So one of them will move out and the other one will. And I, for some reason, wanted to see this, dragged my mom. I thought it was hilarious. And I'm like 10. Can anybody explain?
Well, maybe
why
it's like
I
the
wanted to-
swinging on the chandelier or some of the crazy
something-
things
it
that
does
happen.
Get pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's a really
It
fun.
really
movie.
gets intense.
It does. And the ending. Do you guys remember the ending
Yeah.
shot? It's wonderful when they're holding hands and then not at the
Yeah,
end. It's
that's
wonderful.
great.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
You'd
well,
like it.
spoiler.
Oh, you'd
Yeah.
like it.
It
Okay.
gets
Yeah,
very
it's,
dark.
It's
Oh,
good.
wow.
But in a fun kind of
But
way.
still funny.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the next one I have is one that I think I have to credit Josh with this one when we were kind of brainstorming about the segment. He goes, "Well, what about Mrs. Doubtfire?" And that's not one that I would have come up with. It's on almost everyone's list if you hit Google on this. But the whole idea is he's divorced. He wants to be in his kid's life, and so he dresses up like a female housekeeper and says hello, and nobody knows it's him. The most ridiculous thing in the world. You've got the kids who kind of know, like, wait a minute, is that dad? But I can't believe that his wife, Sally Field, has no idea. Like, if you put me in a wig, my wife is going to know.
Well,
that's
his
me.
brother did a very fantastic job
With all the makeup.
putting
and
the makeup
yes.
together. His brother was Harvey
That-
Feinstein.
That's a really fun Nixon. That's a really really fun movie, and I think Pierce Brosnan is really fun in it.
Yeah.
Really good.
So,
I think the best scene in the movie is when he's hitting on that girl in the bikini and he forgot that he was in his old
yes,
British
that's right.
woman
And he's
outfit.
like, "Hello, how are you doing?"
How's it going?
That's right. Yeah.
That's probably needs to be rewatched. That's a good one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a very long time. Wonder how it would hold up these days. The next one I have, the next two are actually about the effects on the children, and this one would be more of a dramatic one, but still sort of whimsical and odd. It's from the director Wes Anderson, who's a huge divider of people. I happen to love his stuff, but a lot of people think he's a bit too twee. And but it's called The Royal Tenenbaums. And this has a wonderful performance from both Angelica Houston and Gene Hackman as a now divorced couple, and their kids who are all very eccentric, dealing with him coming home for this period of time.
Isn't it funny? It's a terrific movie. It's not for everybody, probably.
No, it's not.
The odd sense of humor. I loved it. And when you brought it up, I go, oh, yeah, it's kind of a divorce movie, but I don't think of it that way.
And the next one is one that I'm not talking about the Haley Mills version because this is a remake, but I'm going to bring up the one with Natasha Richardson and Dennis Quaid and, of course, Lindsay Lohan, and it's called The Parent Trap.
So good.
It's so good. The remake is so good, and this is something that really put Lindsay on the map. She was an unknown before this movie, and she was so good that there were people, when she would go to different Hollywood parties, who would say, "Where's your sister?" Because they really thought that these twins were real twins. That's how well she played off of a tennis ball.
Actors aren't the
basically.
smartest.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So I think one of the weeks we should go back and say best child actors. Or best.
I mean,
'cause
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay
Natalie
Lohan.
Wood.
Haley
True.
Stayfield when she was in that
Haley Steinfeld
Yeah.
from True
the
Grit.
Western. Yes.
Drew Barrymore.
I think Shia LaBeouf is a
No,
fantastic. He was a great child
you're out.
actor.
In
you're
what?
In Even Stevens.
Nope, you're
That's
out.
not even a movie, is it?
That's a
Well,
TV show.
no, it's
Yeah.
a TV show. But
No,
I think he's
Yeah.
a great. I
No.
think he's a great actor.
You're out.
He is talented.
Thank you, Bob.
I don't
Okay,
know if
back
I go
to
that
He said
far.
great. He
today's
said he has
list.
talent. A lot of ball players have talent. They're no good.
This
Okay.
movie was made under a different title called Wingman. And that's a really great title
Yeah.
for like a rom-com type of movie. And the writers didn't like that title. And so midway through filming, they told Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone,
One of
Julianne
my
Moore,
favorites.
they said, we're going to change the title to Crazy Stupid Love. And we're going to have a comma and we're going to have a period. And they hated it.
Worst title ever.
And Steve Carell said, I don't know if we should finish, like, should we walk off? Like, they hated the title so much. And I kind of agree that Wingman is a great title for this kind of movie. Fits on a marquee really well.
Well, and it fit the theme of the film,
which is that that Julianne Moore, I believe it was
Yeah.
Julianne
Yes.
Moore, who surprises Steve Carell with a divorce, right? And is that, or is I'm trying to think if it was Marissa Tomei or Julianne Moore. I'm getting their characters confused. But he's surprised when his wife asks for a divorce.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Thank you. So he goes out with Ryan Gosling, who's a young man who acts as his wingman. 'cause
who's
he
out there, baby.
He doesn't know how to date. And Emma Stone is involved. I'm not going to spoil some things, but there's some connections there that you don't see coming.
It's
that are
so good.
really well done.
And they're all, I mean, every single character has their own little story and they all play them so well.
If you haven't seen the movie because the title made you standoffish, because I know some people said, oh, yeah, Crazy Stupid Love. What is that about? see the movie because it's
Yeah.
very, very good.
There's two parents, two kids, and they all each have their own storyline.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they all seem to come
you don't-
together.
Yes.
which was a surprise when you're watching it. Yeah, it's really
Mhm.
great. And then I think the best one for me on this list, it's definitely the harshest one. And I'm not going to go with Kramer versus Kramer.
I've
'cause
never
that's the
seen Kramer
touchstone.
versus Kramer.
It's
Heidi,
not an easy
you'd
watch.
watch.
Yeah, I need to
You'd
watch
love
I
it.
don't know if she would love it. I don't
You'd
know.
love it, but bring tissues.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why would we want to watch
That's
a
the
movie
thing.
like that?
Well, then that brings me to my number one. This is a movie, one of the last junkets that I went on, the Netflix flew me out to meet the cast and interview them and then watch the film on the big screen, which was cool because it's a Netflix movie. But this one's called Marriage Story.
Oh, it's so good.
I've never seen that.
Unbelievably good.
It won a lot of awards, didn't it?
It did. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson
Mhm.
are wonderful in this, as well as Laura Dern, Alan
Yeah.
Alda, who were all there, which was really cool to see Alan Alda and Adam
cool.
Driver. It was crazy. Plus, Noah Baumbach was there with his wife, Greta Gerwig, who at the time was writing Barbie. We didn't know that at the time,
No.
but that's what they were working on when we were doing that junket. But Marriage Story is an incredible film
Mhm.
about. I mean, I was joking at the time they should have called it Divorce Story, but then people wouldn't want to hit play
That's right.
on it. And I think that's why it wasn't called that. But there's a couple of letters that the characters write to one another. And I was reading that they, Adam and Scarlett, tried to write those, like a draft of those in character, and they used those for the movie.
How about
which is
that?
just
Well,
incredible.
there's
stuff.
so many things, though. I mean, I know it is about divorce, but just in a marriage that you relate to
Yes,
in that
a
and what
lot.
you struggle through and how you kind of
And there's happy
get around
times
it. Yes.
between the couples, and you see that, and you can relate to that. And then, of course, the children that are involved. It's just a really well done film about a really tough subject. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be talking about divorce movies, I have to put Marriage Story on there. It's on Netflix now. If you've not seen it.
So, Kramer versus you like Marriage Story, but you
I haven't seen either one of them.
Oh, well, you're consistent. Hey, I got to tell you, I appreciate your consistency.
I don't gravitate to
It's
movies
heavy.
like that because it's so heavy.
So
I get it. Yeah.
Let's get Kramer versus Kramer out. Although I think it's a magnificent film. Two movies I have with Jill Clayburgh, and they were almost back to back. They both made her a star. The first one, Starting Over, with Burt Reynolds,
Okay.
Jill Clayburgh, and Candace Bergen in a hilarious role. It's a comedy, but there's a lot of serious there too. Have you not seen it?
No.
You'd like it.
Okay.
I think you'd like it. Then we have Jill Clayburgh, far more serious, not very much funny in it at all, An Unmarried Woman. And both are very, very good. And those two movies together made her a big star. And they're both like late 70s, like 77, 79, something
now, when
like
you say
that.
big star, it's not really a name that's carried over the generations.
Yeah, I think she
Nobody
got
really
it-
talks about
she-
her
No,
anymore.
but she was red
For
hot
that time,
for
yeah.
a 6-8 year period back
Sure.
then. And then one, if you don't really like this stuff, it's not that great, I guess. But Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, The Gay Divorcee.
I've not seen
And
it.
it's Fred and Ginger
Right, so they're
dancing up a storm. And
well, see, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
You get to watch them.
That's
you
right.
know, yeah.
And they're worth watching.
But that movie, they're splitting up in that movie.
I don't even remember much of the
Okay,
plot.
yeah, that's all right.
Somebody on the text
They're
line.
always dancing around and spinning. And
Yeah. Says it's complicated, which I thought was a great
Yeah.
Meryl Streep.
That was fun.
How they were kind of getting back in there. And then somebody else said liar, liar.
Oh yeah,
I kind of forgot that was part of the plot.
That's right.
And if you're looking for something fun with a bunch of fantastic actresses, First Wives Club is one of those
that's fun,
yeah.
I wouldn't say Kate Upton. Oh wait, First Wives Club. That's a different one.
That's
Yeah.
a different one.
That's
a
Goldie
different
Hawn.
one.
That's Goldie Hawn and Diane Keaton and Bette Midler.
Yep.
There was a kind of an update with that with Kate Upton, and it was a guy, and he was married, but he had a mistress, and then he had a mistress on top of his mistress, and they all met out in the Hamptons.
You had me as Kate Upton.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, was this just a dream you had?
I was gonna
or was this
say.
an actual movie.
Judd
Probably.
Apatow's wife was in it as well. I forget who the guy was.
Yeah. What's coming up this weekend?
This weekend, we're going to be talking about the movie Motor City with Alan Richardson. And then we're going to take a look at all of the Evil Dead movies. These are movies that they started these in 1981. And there's a brand new one, which is hitting digital next week. And so we'll take a look at every single one of those. So if you've seen those films, or if you haven't, you're going to get a deep dive this weekend.
Wow. All right. We will definitely be listening.
Thanks,
I
Heidi.
got to tell you, Window Depot of St. Louis, That is a fantastic company. And as I say, maybe you don't drive by a house and go, man, look at those windows. But when you purchase windows and you realize
sometimes I do, Heidi.
how much of that air conditioning they're actually keeping in, or even better this winter, how much of that cold air they're keeping out, then you really appreciate what great windows will do. And Window Depot, they do so many things well. I mean, number one, their motto is "We create happy customers," which is just a fantastic motto. And don't you want to do business with a company that's the way they set things out? But Window Depot has a lot of different options. And in honor of America's 250th birthday, well, Window Depot is kind of giving you the big gift to celebrate America's 250th. Window Depot is offering you $250 off each window and door with a qualifying purchase. So it's a pretty great deal. If you've been putting off buying those new windows, now maybe is the time to give Window Depot a call at 636-939-4800. Here's the other thing about Window Depot. You might call a company and they're not going to come out for one or two windows. As I mentioned, they do things right. The customer always comes first. They create happy customers. So if you just need one or two windows fixed, if you need them replaced, Window Depot will send their people out and they will take care of that, because they know when you need to replace the other ones, you're going to call them back because they do such a fantastic job. Again, you can call Window Depot at 636-939-4800 or check them out online, windowdepotstl.com. 10 minutes before 4 o'clock. Captain Paul, any issues on the roads?
Yeah, we have a couple problems out there, Heidi. An accident on 70 West east of Cypress is causing a stop-and-go jam back to Air Flight. There's a crash on 270 South at Big Bend. It's blocking the two left lanes with the stop-and-go jam back to 64. Estimated clearance time there is 4:10. 64 West is crowded from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, and it's stop-and-go from Lake St. Louis Boulevard to I-70. And 64 East is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Westport Plaza. Don't miss the Westport Plaza Family Movie Night Friday for a free family showing, or free showing of The Sandlot. They'll have face painting, concessions, a stage show, and then the movie. That's the free family movie night at Westport Plaza Friday, presented by Royal Banks of Missouri. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
And now, summertime laugh number 5.
Why do bananas wear sunscreen? Because they peel.
This is summer in St. Louis, and we are the Big 550 KTRS.
Julius Krasanik here, celebrating 54 years in this industry. My family owns Wholesale Siding Depot. That's WSDepot.com. Our seasoned customer service group has over 200 years of combined siding, window, and door experience. My grandson Elijah says,
"Are you kidding me?"
Tired of companies that like to apply pressure to sell you high-priced fiberglass or wood windows? We offer the Anderson Fibrex family of windows in styles and colors, including black, at wholesale prices. What are you waiting for? We sell truckloads of siding, windows, and doors from Certainteed, Anderson, Viwinco, Provia, and other major brands, all at wholesale prices, while offering a free contractor referral service for your expert installation needs. Keep it local, family, and professional. Visit WSDepot.com. That's WSDepot.com.
You know, that honey-do list isn't getting any shorter, and you got to make a dent into it. Can I recommend going somewhere to helping you out? Schnarr's Hardware. Schnarr's Hardware has 2 locations, one in Webster and one in Ladue. One great family, 2 great hardware stores. Schnarr's Hardware. When you walk in with that list, you say, okay, I think I know how to do this one, but these 3 I need help on. And you know what? The people behind the counter at Schnarr's Hardware, that's what they do best. They have the expertise, so they can help you with electrical, help you with plumbing, painting, really anything at Schnarr's Hardware. They're small, they're compact, but it's that friendly neighborhood hardware store that has been the way it's been here in America for years, right? You remember when your grandfather took you to the hardware store. That's Schnarr's Hardware. The popcorn and the advice are free. So when you go to Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations in Webster and in Ladue. Don't forget about the website, schnarrshardware.com. So for all your hardware needs and that honey-do list, Schnarr's Hardware or schnarrshardware.com.
Kuna Food Service has been the trusted food supplier in the Midwest since 1918. For over 100 years, Kuna Food Service has been distributing the highest quality food products to some of your favorite restaurants while delivering superior customer service. When a restaurant puts their trust in Kuna Food Service, they get a team that truly cares about their success. That's why at Kuna, they like to say, they're big enough to handle it, yet small enough to care. Check them out online at kunafoodservice.com.
Is it time to make a change with your bank? Hi, it's Julie Buck for Triad Bank. They are a full-service financial institution with 2 locations, and they've been around since 2005 with a mission to provide a wide range of commercial and personal banking services. Here's their website. It's triadbanking.com.
Tune in to KTRS on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. for the Strategic Wealth Hour, hosted by experienced advisors Tom Haddican and Charlie Sanariva from Synergy Wealth Solutions. The Strategic Wealth Hour is a dynamic and engaging show designed to help listeners take control of their financial future with confidence by breaking down complex topics like retirement planning, wealth and investment management, and protection strategies you can actually use. That's the Strategic Wealth Hour on Sundays at 10 a.m. right here on the Big 550 KTRS.
Every summer, homeowners make plans. A new grill, a backyard project, a family vacation. But what about the upgrades you'll enjoy every single day? If your windows are drafty, difficult to open, or your entry and patio door has seen better days, now is the perfect time to make a change. Renewal by Andersen makes replacing windows and doors simple with beautifully crafted products, professional installation, and a customer experience that's second to none. And right now, you'll save big. Get $1,000 off your patio or entry door purchase and take $400 off each replacement window. All you have to do is call 877-WINDOWS or visit renewalbyanderson.com. Again, that's 877-WINDOWS or visit renewalbyanderson.com. Renewal by Andersen. Superior products, exceptional service.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
Well, Heidi and Bob, back in the day, on this date, July 30th, 128 years ago, this is 1898. The Scientific American became the first magazine to publish a car ad.
Wow.
1898. Winston Motors urged readers to dispense with the horse.
And get this horseless carriage.
Yeah.
Think of where car advertising has gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the things that you see the most commercials for now.
Right.
We're going to have a car guy in here next hour.
Yes, we are. Not just any car guy, though.
Big D.
Big D.
But the horseless carriage, the old original cars really did look like a carriage.
Right. They just put a motor on
without a horse. And that little, it's like it's not even a wheel. It's like the
stick.
The little
joystick
stick.
thing.
Yeah. 70 years ago, 1956, "In God We Trust" became the official motto of the U.S. It appeared on our money for the very first time a year later on the $1 silver certificate.
I did not know that. I thought that would have been a lot earlier.
And the Pledge of Allegiance, "Under God," was added right around the same time. They say Eisenhower was a born-again Christian, and he kind of tried to push that in there. 61 years ago, 1965, Lyndon Johnson, who famously loved which soda, Bob? Which bubbly beverage?
Lyndon Johnson? I don't know.
Fresca.
Oh, we just talked. Yeah. Fresca.
Signed the Medicare
Fresca?
bill. Yeah. Medicare bill creating Medicare for the elderly and Medicaid for the poor. The first 2 cards went to Harry Truman and his wife because Truman was the first president to try to get a Medicare bill passed in Congress way back in 1949.
That's interesting.
We're trying to get Ryan Raphael because there's news.
Yes.
On Medicare. 60 years ago, the Batman movie made its world premiere in 1966.
The first of many.
This is the Adam West one. And I guess the 90s one were kind of campy.
Yeah.
With Michael Keaton, those were good, but then you had Val Kilmer and the George Clooney one, and those were pretty jokey.
Yeah. That was I was a kid then. It was a big deal. I was a big Batman
The Batman
guy.
movie?
Yeah.
Where they're climbing up the wall?
Yeah.
1975, Jimmy Hoffa was last seen outside a restaurant near Detroit, Michigan. He was 62 years old, officially declared dead by an Oakland judge after 7 years and 131 days. His body has still never been.
Isn't that interesting?
It's fun to think he's in the concrete under the Meadowlands.
I think that's the current
theory.
Didn't they tear that stadium down? What's the MetLife? MetLife is built on top of the Meadowlands.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they dug them up and they just didn't tell us about it.
I think you'd know.
1976, Bruce Jenner won the decathlon gold medal at the Montreal. Oh, I was going to say, can you name the Olympics? Montreal.
Yeah.
And then in 2003, in Mexico, the very last old-style Volkswagen Beetle was made.
Wow.
Out of Mexico.
End of an era.
Huh.
Indeed. But you see a lot of them still on the roads. They've been fixed up and pretty cool. Somebody on the text line threw in another divorce movie. I can't believe I forgot about it because it's one of my favorites, Gone Girl. The book was fantastic.
I just think of it as a murder mystery. But that's
it's divorce.
right.
Yeah, it's
good
so
call.
interesting.
It's a good movie.
As we mentioned, Big D will be joining us with your chance to win some of his money after this.
The Big 550.
KTRS St. Louis.
From ABC News. Lindsay Davis, Anchor Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. Money lost, money made after the worst day for the Dow in more than a year. It made back more than half those losses today. The Dow gaining 614 points even as the Iran war drags on and with energy markets in turmoil. What made the market move is Microsoft. Its earnings, the best in 18 years because investors finally see AI spending translating into profits. President Trump says he may withdraw Todd Blanche's nomination for Attorney General because of opposition from two senators in his own party. John Cornyn and Tom Tillis are blocking a vote over Trump's immunity deal with the IRS. But there's late news from the Capitol and ABC's Catherine Falders.
For the first time this week, after many canceled meetings, that acting Attorney General Todd Blanche did in fact meet with Cornyn and Tillis. Just moments ago, the meeting did not happen here on Capitol Hill. It was off being outside the senator's offices. So we didn't see the meeting occur, but they have met. I'm also told by sources that they believe they are closer. What that means is unclear at this point, considering there's been a great deal of back and forth. But the reality is the Senate here is gone. So they would have to get this done on Monday, and then maybe they could get Blanche confirmed by the August recess, which begins next week.
Cyber attacks are being reported at more than 30 water plants across Minnesota. State and federal authorities are looking into whether Iran could be behind the attacks. The FBI says it is aware of the attacks on Sunday and Monday, but did not assign blame. Ukraine says a recent attack by Russia used a North Korean missile for the first time. A Georgia father who ignored warning signs before his son shot up Appalachia High School, killing 4 people, gets 15 years in prison. The judge telling the dad,
"You did not provide a stable household. You did not have things in check with Marcy's issues and what the kids were being exposed to."
The teen used a rifle his dad gave him for Christmas. You're listening to ABC News.
At Maryville University, we power dreams, not just degrees. For nearly 150 years, we've empowered graduates to build successful careers. At Maryville, expect a rigorous, technology-driven, mentor-inspired education in a diverse and inclusive learning environment. We help you take it to the next level, no matter what field you choose. Now is the time to turn your ambition into action and transform your dream into reality. Start your journey at maryville.edu.
If it's time to replace your windows and doors, choose Pella Windows and Doors of St. Louis. Pella's trusted local experts work in your area and within your budget, backed by the most preferred window and door brand by homeowners. For a limited time, get 20% off Pella projects. Call 833-87-PELLA or visit pella.com/radio. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Study of homeowner perceptions of leading national brands. Study commissioned by Pella 2023.
Good afternoon. At 4:03, it is 87 degrees and sunny in St. Louis. I'm Vicki Pimentel. KTRS News. Ferguson police have made an arrest in the shooting death of an innocent bystander last month. Shaquila Martin was caught in the crossfire of an argument between two people at a BP gas station on South Florissant Road. She was walking back to her car after buying soft drinks for two of her children. The children were not injured. Police have not released the name of the suspect, but say authorities continue looking for others who are involved. A news conference will be held on Monday with an update on the investigation. If you want to vote early in the city of St. Louis, there are several options. Several public libraries are open and voting sites. They'll be open through Monday, August 3rd. The office of the election board on North Tucker will be open this Saturday for in-person, no excuse, early voting. Just present a state ID or federally issued ID. The election board will be open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The primary is Tuesday, August 4th. Governor Mike Kehoe is requesting federal disaster aid in response to catastrophic flash flooding and severe storms from earlier this month. KTRS's Jill Enders has that story.
Governor Mike Kehoe is requesting that President Donald Trump approve a major disaster declaration to provide federal assistance to 9 counties in response to the historic flash flooding and severe storms earlier this month. Kehoe says the estimated damage in Iron County alone surpassed $19.7 million, while the entire state threshold to qualify for federal disaster assistance is $11.9 million. Now, this marks Missouri's third federal disaster declaration request of 2026. Jill Enders, KTRS News.
This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, a place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. Taking a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune into Straight Talk on Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. The Dow closed up 614 points at 52,208. The NASDAQ up 679 points at the close at 25,122. And the S&P closed up 121 points at 7437. Now for a check of sports and traffic, we say hello to Paul Kopsky.
Hello, Vicky. According to The Athletic, pitcher Dustin May could be the most likely player to be dealt by the Cardinals before Monday's deadline. May does have a $20 million option on his deal for next year if the Birds ultimately elect to keep him around. And St. Louis City SC is unbeaten in their last 7 MLS matches. In that span, City has outscored their opponents by a 14-5 margin. Next up is Real Salt Lake at home Saturday night at Energizer Park. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. 270 south is heavy from 64 to Doherty Ferry after an earlier crash. 64 west is crowded from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, and it's crawling from Prospect to I-70. And 64 east is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Westport Plaza. Don't miss the Westport Plaza Family Movie Night Friday for a free showing of The Sandlot. They'll have face painting, concessions, a stage show, and then the movie. That's the free family movie night at Westport Plaza Friday, presented by Royal Banks of Missouri. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Checking the forecast, a partly cloudy and dry evening on tap with a chance of scattered showers by morning. We could see some clearing by midday tomorrow, but after 4 p.m., we have a chance for strong to severe storms. The greatest risk is between 4 and 11 p.m. Scattered showers on tap for Saturday. Currently, it is 87 degrees. I'm Vicki Pimentel, KTRS News.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550. KTRS.
Our headlines for this Thursday afternoon, July 30th, that kangaroo that has been on the loose has been spotted in Bloomfield, Missouri, but the search continues for a 5th day. So yesterday, Rufus owner Don McClard said that he had been spotted in the Nestle mine area near the railroad tracks around 7 a.m. She asked that if you see him to please do not leave the area and contact her immediately. According to McClard, Rufus escaped his enclosure Friday morning, July 24th, when her husband was working in the yard with an excavator, and the kangaroo became startled. Since then, McClard said the family has been searching nonstop with help from friends, focusing on nearby wooded areas, fields, tree lines. They plan to use a thermal drone on Sunday night to search for the missing pet kangaroo. She says he's our baby, just like a dog or a cat. But if anyone did take him, we just want to know now that he's safe. Authorities are also aware of the situation. Stoddard County Sergeant Travis Maddox said the department has been working with the family as they search, but so far there have been no confirmed sightings other than that one at the railroad tracks. McClard said Rufus is not vicious. He's 4 years old, about 4 feet tall when standing on his hind legs. He's been neutered. They've had him as a house pet since he was 3 months old. I didn't even know that you could have a kangaroo as a house pet in Missouri. She said that he loves to eat animal crackers and fruit of any kind, especially cantaloupe and strawberries. He will even eat out of your hand. She also gave advice on trying to catch him. She said the best way is to hold his tail. You can then pick him up as long as you hold his belly and underneath the back of his tail.
I don't know.
But here's the problem in trying to find him, though. He won't stay in one place because he keeps jumping around.
Bouncing around.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
I've always been curious of what's inside that pouch.
Well, that's where they carry their babies.
I know, but like, is it
pillow?
Is it furry?
Blankies.
Is there like goo in there?
Goo? What are you talking about?
I saw an episode of The Simpsons.
Okay, but think about that.
That's a documentary, right?
Simpsons.
Is it? I don't.
Goo.
What's inside the pouch?
Jelly donuts.
What's inside the pouch? I'd be curious to see one of these days. One of these days.
Let's go to the zoo and just ask. And
You can
we
go
wanna
to Grant's
see.
Farm.
Do they still have that?
I think so.
Kangaroo at Grant's Farm. I'll ask him what's in. Maybe he'll bring me on stage.
See if you get any goo.
I don't think the kangaroo is part of the story.
Is it furry? It's not furry.
Skin, soft
Yeah,
skin.
it looks like soft skin.
I bet it's like the belly of a puppy.
Oh, that's what the picture looked like. It looks like a puppy.
perfect is
Oh
that?
my
Yeah.
gosh.
How perfect is that?
Now I'm thinking of what puppies smell like.
Oh, it's
what
great.
a great smell.
It's great. Heidi, I don't want to get too sportsy, but this is something that
You can get sportsy.
that we were all kind of freaked out about a couple of years ago. Live Golf now cancels its grand finale as Saudi funding goes away. You know, the organization that put up all the money, they just said, no, we're not funding anymore. I think it was $5 billion poured in from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But now that is gone. The championship, the team championship is gone. And so while it was upsetting, I think when we'll step back and see the big picture, some guys went for some money. They got paid. They're going to have to pay a bunch to get back into the PGA Tour, but the PGA is going to survive and be just fine. The reminds me, well, it doesn't remind me. I've read about 1948, 47, somewhere in there. The Mexican League was trying to become another major league.
Really?
And stole a bunch of players, including a couple of Cardinal players. In fact, one of their best pitchers, Max Lanier.
What year is this?
47, 48, somewhere right in there. And it failed miserably in less than a season's time. And then some of the players were able to come back, but they were suspended for quite a while. So
Interesting. Yeah.
It's been tried before.
What a mess.
I wonder if anybody is not coming back, like, and they're just going to retire.
That'd be interesting. That would be an interesting story.
Phil Mickelson, possibly.
He may be asked to leave.
I was going to say, he's got other issues that has
Phil,
nothing to do with Liv.
Phil, you've been great.
Yeah.
Guys,
We'll
I'm
get back
back.
to you.
I'm back. No, you're not.
No,
No, you're not. Police are alleging that a blaze at a church in Utah the day before a wedding was planned. Police are alleging that the 25-year-old bride-to-be is the one that
The bride
said
to
it.
be.
They said a fire alarm sounded inside a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints building in Kaysville, a Salt Lake City suburb. Relatives were able
Was
to
it
put out the
arranged
flames.
marriage and she didn't want to do it?
I don't. There's a little bit more to the story. Relatives were able to put the flames out with a fire extinguisher and water from some of the wedding decorations, the flowers. And they say 6 individuals were in the church when the fire was lit, and the cost of the building repairs is about $108,000. But they are claiming that the woman in question, Lanita Moreno, stole a couple of lighters from an Ace Hardware and lit the fire in the church in order to not get married. The story goes on to say that she was supposed to have and said that she had obtained a marriage license, which she did not. And it kind of sounds like the calendar was catching up to her.
The groom.
And that's the only way out.
That was her
to
only way
set
out.
it on fire.
Set the whole thing on fire. I mean,
Are they still getting married?
I don't think so. She's being held, and they said there's clear and convincing evidence that she would try to flee if they let her out on bond. So she is being held.
The groom needs to take a message.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, here's the message. There's other ways to do it, people.
There are always other ways. You know, we talk about some of our treasures here in St. Louis. I was walking around Lafayette Square today, and I took a couple pictures that I was going to post. It's gorgeous. Last night when we were at Forest Park for the Muni and Ain't Too Proud, my dad just was oohing and awing at just how beautiful the park itself was. Not even when we hadn't even gotten to the Muni yet, and that just was eyes wide open. But the other thing that we have is SSM Health, and it is really a true treasure when you think about it. 8 hospitals, nearly 2,500 staff physicians, and over 11,000 employees. I mean, SSM Health St. Louis is truly committed to serving you and your family with comprehensive health needs to all of our area. The things that they offer, it's just, amazing. You can go through a list of specialty condition and treatment. It starts with A and ends with Z. If I were to start listing off everything that they could help you with, we would be here until tomorrow's show actually starts. But if you are looking for maybe a pediatrician or a doctor for you, if you all of a sudden things aren't working as well with your doctor, give SSM Health a try, because they truly are one of a kind, and they're going to make sure that you have the care that you need. I can say that firsthand because my doctor is with SSM, and the time spent is absolutely amazing. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. It's not like, hey, how are you? Okay, good. Now get out. It's a different kind of experience where you're making sure that you're getting the best service and treatment possible. SSMhealth.com is the website if you're looking for a doctor.
Are you or a family member needing to sell your home? Then call me, Mike Robinson with Robank Properties. I will buy your home in any condition and always as is. Call me at 314-283-0867. That's 314-283-0867. No contingencies, no inspections, just cold hard cash. I'll save you time and money. So make that call now and let me buy your house. RobankProperties.com. That's ROBANG properties.com.
That honeydew list isn't getting any shorter, and you got to make a dent into it. Can I recommend going somewhere to helping you out? Schnarr's Hardware. Schnarr's Hardware has 2 locations, one in Webster and one in Ladue. 1 great family, 2 great hardware stores. Schnarr's Hardware. When you walk in with that list, you say, okay, I think I know how to do this one, but these 3 I need help on. And you know what? The people behind the counter at Schnarr's Hardware, that's what they do best. They have the expertise, so they can help you with electrical, help you with plumbing, painting, really anything at Schnarr's Hardware. They're small, they're compact, but it's that friendly neighborhood hardware store that has been the way it's been here in America for years, right? You remember when your grandfather took you to the hardware store. That's Schnarr's Hardware. The popcorn and the advice are free. So when you go to Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations in Webster and in Ladue. Don't forget about the website, schnarrshardware.com. So for all of your hardware needs and that honey-do list, Schnarr's Hardware or schnarrshardware.com. What does the Science Center, Lambert Airport, the Magic House, McDonnell Douglas, and St. Louis firehouses all have in common? They all trusted their roof to Beatty Roofing. Beatty Roofing has been in business for 70 years. They're not storm chasers. They're based right here in St. Louis, and they've been doing it right for 70-plus years. And if you need a roofer, Beatty Roofing. In fact, first responders get an extra 10% off all roofs. 314-892-1331 or online, BeattyRoofing.com.
A swing and a miss, and that's the winner. We will see you.
Come play on Cardinals history on Friday, August 7th. The Cards take on the Rockies. And that day, fans take home a special edition Joe and Buck bobblehead featuring the Hall of Fame father-son broadcasting duo, plus a built-in voice chip with some of their most memorable calls at courtesy of Amaranth. It's a collectible you can see and hear. Get your tickets now. Cardinals.com/promotion.
We need to be very careful in this heat wave. You need to check on mom and dad, check on the neighbors, the senior citizens, the dogs, the cats. You need to be safe in this heat because it can be dangerous. And if your air conditioner has any issues, you call Gelmish & Sons. Why? Because they've been dealing with St. Louis summers since 1950. Gelmish & Sons is on hand, ready to help you in this heat wave. Give them a call, 314-993-1110 or gelmishandsons.com.
When you want to send flowers to a loved one for a birthday, anniversary, or that special occasion, call your friends at Walter Knoll Florist. Walter Knoll is family-owned and operated and offers custom designs by expert designers. A huge inventory and selection that only the largest florist can offer, with quality and care that no grocery store florist can meet. They have several locations in the St. Louis metro area to serve you. Order online today at WKF.com. That's WKF.com. Walter Knoll Florist, your personal florist since 1883.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Getting your weekday started the St. Louis way. It's the McGraw Show.
It's Carl the Intern and Friday on the McGraw Show. I live in the city, so this doesn't matter to me at all, but I'm jealous of St. Charles County getting rid of their personal property tax. Steve Ellman, the county executive, will be on at 9:10 to talk about it.
McGraw Millhaven, Rose Dalton, and Carl the Intern. Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Right here on your hometown station, the Big 550 KTRS. You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, I know many of you have logged on and taken our survey, and we really, really appreciate it. You know, the Big 550 is proud to be celebrating 30 years of being the talk of St. Louis, and we're looking for another 30 years, but we want to hear from you. We want to get your thoughts on what you like, what you don't like, what we can do better, each of us as a group, as a show, as we get into different topics. What do you like? What do you not like? You can go to KTRS.com or to the KTRS app to take our 30th anniversary listener survey, if you don't mind. And we thank you in advance. Once you take the survey, you'll be registered for a chance to win one of 5 $200 Visa gift cards from the Big 550 KTRS.
The Big 550 KTRS.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Big D is back in the house, and not only are we going to give away some of his money, he is here to pitch for jobs. I don't know that I've ever gotten a text quite as long as the one that we received today. How are you?
I'm good. This is the first time I've walked in. Josh has got things queued. This was professional.
Well,
we were on it.
Do you know why?
Timing.
Charlie's running things.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Wow.
Josh is
got help today.
Yeah, that's what helped.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So you got big news.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you think?
No, it was good.
It was good, wasn't it? Yeah.
And that was a good blast. That was.
Well, did you like that?
It was clean, concise.
Yeah.
So tell people what you've done.
Well, we're going to open another restaurant in Rolla. We finally went to the big city. So it's pretty cool.
Where are you going to be?
Well, these questions are hard.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 3 Rolla exits. We're on the second one.
Okay.
Kind of the main drag. And, we went up there to look. And one of our servers said, there's a building, blah, blah, blah. So we went and looked at it. We called the guy on the sign. We were heading back home down 44, Jason and I. Got on the phone. He said, I can meet you. We turned around, went and looked at it. And then it was that was on a Sunday. And Monday, we had a meeting to meet Wednesday, and we signed the deal.
Whoa.
It was that fast.
Now, is this a place you're going to rent? You're going to buy?
Yeah, everything's 2-year lease, and then you figure out what you want to do. I think that's smarter.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
So this is going to make
this will make number 7. I think 7. Yeah.
That is crazy. Are you nervous at all?
Well, the funny thing is we're both going out of town.
Oh, oops.
He'll take care of himself. No worries.
Yeah, right. And Jason's. We're both going out of town in August. I don't
And
know the
Jason
dates.
is your brother and business partner in this.
Yeah. And so we're going to be open by August 21st.
That's not a lot of time.
So
we're on it. We're on it.
Tell us about the building, because it seems like each location is a little bit different. Some of those, like St. James, is completely unique.
Different. Yeah.
Completely unique.
And this was originally, going back in time, it was a built for what was it called? It was
a restaurant?
Like an old country buffet type.
Yeah.
It's a big place.
Oh.
It's big, really big. And so it was a Penelope's, I think, for 20 years.
Okay.
Family business. They moved on, and then here we are. So it's going to be, we're going to put up our cheap chandeliers as a gimmick to ourselves. And then all the tin around it, we put the little tin walls up and stuff like that. But
do you have somebody now that will come in and do that so it has the same look as all of your places?
Yeah, so we met one guy that, and we just went in and said, do this wall, this wall, this wall Sunday.
Oh my!
And then
you are moving.
So this one we're moving. We got the chandeliers order, which is they're 100 and something. They're not expensive chandeliers, It's a joke.
Right.
And then we got TVs ordered, so everything should be down there Tuesday. He's going to come hang everything. Jason called me today and said, he's called Coke. He's done this. We are on this one like, this is our fastest one. Yeah.
When was your first restaurant opened?
In Steelville 8 years ago.
8 years. So in 8 years, you've gone from 0 to 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, the first restaurant we had was back in 90,
right,
whatever.
but with the richest, famous brand.
Yeah, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So talking about all the decorations, and you have to have a place that people are comfortable sitting and eating.
Yeah.
What about the kitchen and all the setup? Was everything you need there? Do you got to bring in?
Oh no, we're bringing our stuff in. Yeah. There was some. Here's the thing in the restaurants: if they leave stuff for you, usually it's broke or it's on its way out. It's so heavy, nobody wants to move it. So that's when
you're
go.
just better off to start fresh with what you.
Box and this. Well, they don't want to move it. There's a pizza oven outside. Well, the reason it's there, it's because it doesn't work and they don't want to move it. It's heavy, and that's the thing. It's restaurant equipment. I've learned the hard way.
Yeah,
you got to buy it very cheap because you're moving it 3 and 4 times. It's and it's heavy. It's awkward, and nobody wants to touch it, and it's filthy.
Yeah.
Usually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's been the experience, but I love it. It's fun. This one's going to be fun because we're trying to say, can we open in 30 days or less?
So you love the challenge.
I do. It's more fun than the other parts.
If you guys aren't tuned into our YouTube, you just have this glow.
Yeah, I do. I do because it's fun. This one's fun because it's so fast.
Is there any chance that you'll be asking the 3 of us to come paint?
I would
like
love
the day before it's open.
No, but we ought to do at some point is come to Pacific and do a show.
I would love it.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
Make it a Friday.
Can we open 30 days or less with you being in Florida for a week?
Yeah. So these next
talk about tying your hand behind your back.
The 1st to the 12th is going to be our days, but we sat down, we lined it out, and so far everything's coming.
Working.
The landscaping got done Sunday, all that. I mean, it's really cool how fast.
It's interesting that you just said that. That's another thing that probably people don't think about. When I was on my walk this morning through Lafayette Square, the owner of Square One was out weed eating.
Yeah.
Like, you have to take care of everything.
Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story about the landlord. So I heard some things like, oh, he's a tough guy, blah, blah, blah. And we've got good relationships with our landlords because we know them in the small town. You want to get to know them. So I had to go through the real estate company for this one because it's brought to you by the real estate company. I called them. So I heard some things about this guy. I'm thinking, ooh, I don't want to get, this ain't going to be good. So I called him and I said, can we meet the landlord on Wednesday down there? I want to face-to-face make sure we're going to be good. So the guy comes in, he's got these glasses on with mirrors, and I'm thinking, oh, but he's an older guy, and he's 75, and I'm thinking, oh, he's a stud. I'm gonna get crushed here. So we sat down, we're talking, and he said, well, can I ask why you wanted to meet me? Because I'm going through the real estate. I said, we just like to get close with everybody that we do business with, and it's more fun that way. He's like, okay, well, he said, I said, but Penelope's had this building for 20 years, and he goes, and I bought it, and they were retiring. An Italian place went in there for 3 months.
Oh, 3 months.
3 months. And here's the story. And they're gone. And we're just curious what happened. He goes, let me tell you what happened, because there's rumors out there I kicked them out. He said they wanted a month-to-month lease for 3 months to see. I let them do it. And then they wanted to get a long-term lease. He said, so I called them and said, hey, cut your grass in the front there. And cut your grass. They didn't do it. Second time, he said, cut your grass. They didn't do it. After the 3 months was up, they were paying $7,000 a month rent. And they said, we want to redo the lease. He said, it's $10,000. They said, well, we can't afford it. He said, you should have cut your grass.
Whoa, that's tough.
He said,
I like him already.
He said, I don't need your money. And that's what he goes, I don't need your money, and I'm not your daddy. So I thought, we're going to get along pretty good. This guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he really is. And I said, but there's people in town that don't like you? He goes, yeah. He said about 5%, 2.5 of them. He goes, 2.5 of them owe me money, and the other 2.5 I had to kick out. So everybody else loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He says, if you do what you say you're going to do, and I do what I say, I won't have a problem with you at all. It's the ones that don't do it and they get mad at me.
Mhm.
I get it, and so it's going to be fun.
But as a business owner,
Yeah.
how do you ignore those two messages, and how do you walk into that building every day and not say, where's the lawnmower?
Oh,
to go
exactly
cut the
right.
grass?
Exactly. And why wouldn't you want to? Because
Why wouldn't you want to?
I told my brother, we're getting ready to hire like a district manager because we can't keep up. Because you walk in,
It's just spread out.
You go to Pacific and this is wrong, or you see weed, it's tacky. And you've got to keep it upright. People eat with their eyes.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
we judge everything and everybody in about 2.5 seconds.
Mhm.
So-
Somebody said, I can confirm Darren is the real deal. We were at Cuba on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Waitresses were underwater. Darren showed up, jumped right in, started bussing tables.
Yeah, I did. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who that
See,
is.
people
That's my mom.
notice.
That's probably my mom.
I don't think it's your mom, but that is so very
Yeah.
cool. All right, let's get a check of traffic real quickly, and then we'll come back because you've got a laundry list of things that you're looking for. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
need employees
Everybody, yeah.
for all sorts of things. We'll run through that after we check with Captain Paul on traffic.
Our west is crowded from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, and it's heavy and slow from Lake St. Louis Boulevard to I-70. 270 south is bumper to bumper from 64 to Manchester, where it opens up. 44 west heavy between the Dome and the Poplar Street Bridge, and 64 east is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Westport Plaza. Don't miss the Westport Plaza Family Movie Night Friday for a free showing of The Sandlot. They'll have face painting, concessions, a stage show, and then the movie. That's the free family movie night at Westport Plaza Friday, presented by Royal Banks of Missouri. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
All right, sorry, I cut Captain Paul off there. But I was so excited to tell you about Capital Advisory Group. Jeff Zufall, he is my tax guy. He's also my wealth advisor, and there's a reason why you want one person to do both. We talk about this all the time on the Saturday show, 3 p.m. Keep what's yours. If you make a money move in August and your money guy doesn't tell you that there's going to be a big tax hit come April, well, you're going to start yelling at your tax preparer. Why am I paying 15 grand this year? I only paid 5 grand last year. Well, Jeff will open up your taxes and say, you see this move that you made in August? Your money guy didn't tell you that there's a tax hit that comes with that. That's why if you want to make any kind of moves, you want to buy a new AC. That's what I did. You want to buy a new car. You want to buy a boat. You want to buy a new roof. You want to do this. You want to do that. Talk to Jeff. He can tell you where to take your money out, what the tax hit is going to be. And for the most part, he could probably tell you, take a little bit out here, take a little bit from there, maybe put some of it in finance, and then take the rest out next year to minimize your tax hit, because everything that we do that involves money also involves taxes. Capital Advisory Group, capitaladvisorygrp.com, 636-394-5524, Jeff Zufall.
Carney, fuck.
Great Food Truck Race is back with season 19. Its host, Chef Tyler Florence, pops in to talk about the new season.
Plus, we have prizes to give away, a Max on Movies giveaway, and we'll play Know the Show.
Oh, I love Know the Show. Visit with Aaron Lapidus as well. Join us noonish.
John Carney, Julie Buck, weekdays at noon on KTRS, the talk of St. Louis.
One thing, I try to do is not think about all the money I have to spend. But sometimes it goes through your head and you think, I got to buy this, I got to spend money on that. But the money that you spent on your house is probably the biggest single purchase you've ever made. So it makes sense to protect it. And you know what? There might be things going on up top there on the roof that you can't see. Allen Roofing can. They don't even have to go up there. They can send some drones, have a look, find out the problem, give a diagnosis, sit down with you and say, what shall we do from here to protect that asset of yours that you spent all that money on? It only makes sense, whether it's a roof, whether it's siding, tuck pointing, anything to do with the outside of your house. They will help you protect it. Find them online at aroofing.net.
You know that honeydew list isn't getting any shorter, and you got to make a dent into it. Can I recommend going somewhere to helping you out? Schnarr's Hardware. Schnarr's Hardware has 2 locations, one in Webster and one in Ladue. One great family, 2 great hardware stores. Schnarr's Hardware. When you walk in with that list, you say, okay, I think I know how to do this one, but these 3 I need help on. And you know what? The people behind the counter at Schnarr's Hardware, that's what they do best. They have the expertise, so they can help you with electrical, help you with plumbing, painting, really anything at Schnarr's Hardware. They're small, they're compact, but it's that friendly neighborhood hardware store that has been the way it's been here in America for years, right? You remember when your grandfather took you to the hardware store. That's Schnarr's Hardware. The popcorn and the advice are free. So when you go to Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations in Webster and in Ladue. Don't forget about the website, schnarrshardware.com. So for all of your hardware needs and that honeydew list, Schnarr's Hardware or schnarrshardware.com.
The Big 550 KTRS is live, local, and so are you, which is why you should shop local. Your money stays local, creating jobs that are local, local customers in local stores. Triad Bank is also local, a big part of the St. Louis community, and has teamed up with KTRS to present Shop Local Business Salutes throughout the day. After all, we live here too. Listen for Shop Local Business Salutes, sponsored by Triad Bank. Your business, your family, your bank. And the Big 550 KTRS, live and local.
Are you looking for a deck? I am. And you know who I turn to? Outdoor Living and Pat Leahy. They've been a sponsor for a long time, and they've done some other projects for me, but this one's the big one. It's going to have metal framing, composite decking, and when it's all said and done, he's going to put a 50-year warranty on it. Not because I'm his spokesperson for all these years, but because I am a customer. Outdoor Living takes care of St. Louis. So if you're looking for a deck that will survive the heat and the winter and the sun and everything else, Outdoor Living, Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood. Outdoor Living or OutdoorLivingInc.com.
Mom, what do you always say? There's nothing sadder than jewelry that sits in a drawer. That's why we are proud to offer jewelry repair on site at Newstetter's Fine Jewelry. We know that your jewelry is important to you, and we take that part of our job very seriously. Visit us at Doherty Ferry in Big Bend or learn more at wowdiamonds.com.
It's summertime in St. Louis, and the Big 550 KTRS is ready to go.
We're here to keep you cool on those hot summer days.
Keeping you company to share a laugh and make some summer memories.
Thank you for taking the Big 550 with you wherever you go.
Download the mobile app, stream online, and watch us live on our KTRS YouTube channel. It's summertime in the Lou, and we're your summertime station.
Live, local, homegrown. We are the Big 550 KTRS. Depend on it.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
All right, hopefully we have time to give away some of Big D's money. Let's see if we can get some money on the line. 314-931-5877. But while we wait, you've got this long list. I mean, you've got a lot of people to hire. What are you looking for?
I mean, Heidi, really, here's the doubt. We don't have any I say we're open on the 21st. We got to have people working.
You need waitresses. You need cooks.
Shift leaders, helping support staff, morning shift, evening shift, full-time and part-time, competitive pay, opportunities to grow, fun, fast-paced, team environment. Don't wait till we open. That's ringing us now.
Yeah. You're looking for everything. What's the way that people should get a hold of you?
I mean, Facebook is what they do mostly, or they can call any of the restaurants if they're out that way. Okay, well, what we always do then when we open, we bring the elite team in. For the whole thing. So, well, I've got cooks everywhere that are good, the cooks that are learning, and you got waitresses that are good. So we have all those people that are very good, and they'll work their butt off there, and we'll rotate that for about.
How did you figure that out?
Well, we opened the first one, we realized we can't do this with just the new people.
Yeah.
So you know what? And so now we basically we'll bring them in and train them. If they apply today, we'll hire them now and train them for 3 weeks, and then go there.
You've really mastered this now.
You have to figure it out, because if you wait till you open, you get all new people. You know, your food goes 14 different directions. You know what I mean? So we'll all be there, but we'll have the dream team. For the first month, they'll all interact with the new people, and it works beautifully. So our first day, people are like, "Oh my God, these people are great." Well, they've been with me 7 years.
You know, they does that, the bar rescue guy.
Yeah, right.
When he goes in, but he brings in his dream team to show them how
to do it. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Because I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
When we opened Sullivan, we didn't do that. We had all these new people, and we kind of trained them. Not really. And we got there, and tickets are flying. People are cussing, and
yeah,
we all want to.
Waitresses spinning in circles.
So now, what's wrong with Josh?
I don't know.
Let's stop the show.
All right.
What is wrong with
Josh?
you today?
Nothing.
You look at me like I'm crazy. You're unhappy.
He hasn't really spoken much.
He hasn't said a word.
No,
today they're going to pay you for what you say. And say you're getting 0.
Uh-oh. Or do you want me to start talking?
No, let's keep going.
Okay, let's
keep
moving.
Okay.
But something's wrong with him.
Well,
you can go see my shrink. Just put it on my tab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've had one since 3rd grade, so and they still can't diagnose me. My mom would send me all these places. I went to every crazy place, and they never tell me what was wrong.
Oh, wait a minute.
Did
You
they tell
call
you
it
right?
You call it the crazy place.
Well, St. Vincent's was crazy back when I was there. They were locking kids up.
Maybe there
now
is-
you want to analyze me.
Maybe there is nothing wrong with you.
Good point. Thank you.
Oh, now he's trying to get out
now
of the
he's gonna-
doghouse.
Now he wants a ticket or something.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Lil Wayne?
I'm going to Lil Wayne today.
You can take my ticket. But anyway, we learned the hard way. But now we know we open, bring the dream team, get them going. They get extra hours, and everybody loves something new. So they get in there and they kill it. That's the fun part. So
It's going to be awesome. So now you're going to have Pacific.
Yes.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Cuba.
Yes.
Saint.
Yes.
Robert.
James.
There's another. Owensville.
Yes.
We'll have Rolla, and then there's one
Come
other
on,
S.
that's where you live. Did you say Cuba?
I did say Cuba, but in there
yes,
another
you said
S I'm
Cuba.
missing.
Steelville.
Sullivan, Steelville.
Very good, Josh.
All right.
I might have forgotten that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all of Rich's famous burgers.
You need to make shirts that have all the locations.
We have
on
that
them.
on the map.
On the map.
Yeah.
You've got, but you can't make shirts because you're probably going to open up another
Well,
one
you
in
gotta,
6 months.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
Just don't order too many.
No, too many. Yeah,
Because it's
that's
going
a
to
good
keep
point, yeah.
changing.
And you give them the employees, and we have a lot of turnover on some parts of it, and you're buying shirts all the time because you can't recycle them or get them back.
It's one of
You
those
don't want
things.
them back. Yeah.
Keep that. It's your
Keep that,
parting
yeah,
gift.
right.
Well, should we give
That's
a
good.
little bit
If
of
we
your
got
money
time,
away?
Yeah, we got a few minutes here.
Josh,
Time.
who do we
let's do
have?
it.
We've got Steve.
Oh, Steve, how you feeling?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We are fantastic. I mean, when Big D is in the studio, everything is
good.
better.
That's great.
You
I'm
gotta-
going out and play some pickleball tonight.
Ooh, pickleball.
all right.
Where are you playing at, Steve?
Oh, we'll play down in Festus, Missouri.
Okay. More importantly, where'd you grow up at?
South St. Louis.
We can't help him, can we, Josh?
No.
Well, Josh and I we really didn't like the Southsiders, did we, Josh? Growing up,
We didn't know
them.
anything. Yeah, we didn't know
It
them.
didn't exist, did it?
We didn't want to go there. They
They
didn't
wanna
want to
come-
have
yeah.
us.
It didn't exist.
No.
But anyway,
All right. We've got. I went to the Muni last night. I took my dad
Oh.
to see Ain't Too Proud.
Is it good?
It was really fantastic. It's the story of the Temptations, a
Oh, that would
Motown
be good.
group with 42 top 10 hits.
All that music was played.
All of it.
Oh, that's where it's going.
And we're going to play some Motown for you today, Steve. Are you ready?
Motown?
Yeah. Are you a fan?
Okay.
All right.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. What do you think? $50?
$900. He doesn't know any
No.
Motown. I'm kidding. That's fine. Whatever you think. I'm going.
50?
Yeah,
$50 a song.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we were going back and forth. We're pretty generous here, on helping a lot. But we'll just see how Steve does. Steve, you're going to name the group who's singing. Are you ready?
I'm going to name the group. Okay.
You're going to name the
I'll try
group.
my best.
And you got $50 for each one that you name. We've got 3 songs.
Okay.
Here we go.
How about that one?
Because
Steve, please.
what Big D looks like. He is just built like a.
I was born to this song. I think. I think my mom told me that because that was her nickname, Brick House. When she was young. Yeah. That was her name.
My take.
My mom was a model for a hanger company. So when you went to venture stores or wall, they have the hangers in the bulk.
Yeah, I don't know if you're telling.
Swear to God.
Really?
Swear on my grandmother's grave. You buy hangers like 7
Do
in
you
a
have
package.
any of them?
He does. And you know how the plastic holds up?
Yes.
Her picture would be on there holding a hanger. She was hot. I mean, she was an attractive
She
woman.
still is.
But she's very bossy, very controlling,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
and a few other things. Too.
Okay.
But she's good.
Well, she raised one fine young man.
Yes, she did. My brother.
Back to Steve. Steve, do you know who's singing that song?
I could barely hear it over the talk that you guys.
Okay. Here you go.
Ow.
Ow. Oh, I've heard that song many times.
All right, who's singing it?
Some Motown group.
Good guess.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie was the lead singer for a long time.
That's good about
On the Admirals. Swabbies.
Wasn't that the Commodore?
Oh!
You were close.
You were very $50 for Steve right
I
there.
want to cut.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. See if you can get another 50.
Mm-hmm. I could have made it.
Steve, who's singing this one?
Was that a bunch of women singing?
And me.
Yeah, which kind of sounds like a woman.
The lead singer famously sat on my lap in Las Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
She also performed last year at the Muni. I saw her.
Was she in the Wiz?
Yes.
Yeah. Good friends with Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, legend.
But more importantly, sat on my lap.
Yes.
Yeah. Motown is not my best.
Well, you can work through this. Think of some of the female groups.
The Temptation.
Yeah. Okay.
Save that one.
What's your
Pointer
favorite?
Sisters.
What's your favorite pizza order?
Oh, good hint.
Pizza.
Yeah.
The Deluxes.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be a good phone a friend.
Yeah. If it's not pepperoni, but maybe it has pepperoni on it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
The Deluxe.
Well, yeah.
What's another
what's
another word for that?
And especially a name of a group.
Diana Ross.
I know. Oh my God!
All right.
Well,
Text line, can you help them out at all? 84126. Let's go to our next song and see if we can get this one.
See if we can salvage
yeah.
Try a different one.
We'll see if we can get at least $100.
Another good one.
Steve, next time you call in, what genre should we pick for you?
Classic rock.
Okay.
You called in on the wrong day.
I kind of forgot that this group did this song until last night. Steve? You
I'm still here.
All right.
You already
Good.
said the name
Yeah,
of this
you-
band.
Yeah.
You're on top of
I
this one.
already said this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already said it.
Okay, then I got it.
No.
No, you
The deluxes.
Yeah. We talked about, going to the Muni last night to see the story of this band.
The Motown band.
It is a Motown band.
Josh has a lot of these.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I fight them
daily.
Often.
And a lot of different ones.
I'm fighting one right now to hit the dump button.
Uh-oh.
Steve, come on now.
I need some help.
You already said the name of this band.
Start with a T.
Yeah.
Temptation.
Oh,
there you go.
my
How about that?
goodness.
How about that?
Well, Steve is going to get $50 for one song, $50 for that one, making it a total of $100 from HW.
And I'm going to give him 50 for. I need to not give him everything.
Aw.
So let's give him the 150.
And by the way, that was the Supremes, not the Deluxe.
Supreme.
Yes.
If you need a car, Steve,
That's
come
right.
see me. You want to sell your car?
That's
give,
right.
Sell me a bone.
You
Yeah.
better go see him. He gives stuff away.
All
Yeah.
the time. So, yeah. And if you have friends that are looking for a car, remember HW Kia and what a great guy Big D is. All right.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it.
All right, stay on the phone for a second, Steve. Josh is going to tell you what to do next. Of course, if you're in the market for a car, as you just said, if you want to sell a car, if you need to redo your loan, if you're looking for a job, any kind of job, Big D Sell, 314-586-1333.
I've had a lot of your listeners come in. I say a lot, a few,
Yeah.
and they're buying. I'm buying their cars.
Yeah.
And it's happened a couple times a month. So if you've got an old car that you don't want, you think, oh, it's not worth anything. It's got 80,000 miles. There's still life in that car for the third buyer, fourth buyer, kids going back to school.
You've got a place
I've
for
got a
it.
place. So if it's your mom's, grandma's, sister's, cousin, uncle's car that's no longer whatever, we can buy it. And It's
Yeah.
real easy. You come in, we'll give you a fair number, write you a check on the spot.
Right
It's
there.
Very simple.
HW Kia, right there on Manchester Road, not far from 141. Big D, we love you. Thank you so
Love
much.
you.
Have fun tonight.
I will.
10 minutes before 5 o'clock, Captain Paul, how's traffic?
Heidi, no accidents, but 64 West is crowded from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, and it's heavy and slow from Lake St. Louis Boulevard to I-70. 64 East bogs down at 170. 64-55 East is slow between the Poplar Street Bridge and 64. 270 South is bumper to bumper from 64 to Manchester, where it starts to thin out. 64 West is heavy between the Dome and the Poplar Street Bridge. And 64 East is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Fielder Electric. See what everyone is saying about the pros at Fielder Electric. Whether it's a new build or a 100-year-old home, Fielder Electric has you covered. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
It's the GOAT, the greatest of all trade-in events at HW Kia. Bring your trade now and get up to $5,000 over book value for it. If your trade is old, tired, stinky, or being held together by duct tape and a prayer, HW Kia wants it. Paid off or not, bring that old goat in to HW Kia. Then drive home a new HW Kia K4 for just $189 a month. Yes, only $189 a month on a 24-month lease. It's the HW Kia GOAT event. The greatest of all trade-in events. Get up to $5,000 over book value for your trade now. New K4, just $189 a month. HW Kia in the heart of West County on Manchester Road. And remember, Big D wants to see ya in an HW Kia. Start now at hwkia.com. With approved credit to well-qualified buyers through Kia Finance. 2026 K4, $36.95 to its signing. Discount includes $850 in lease cash. 10,000 miles per year. No security deposit. Plus tax, title, license, and admin. Fee expires 7/31/26.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Nice job, Josh. It's my favorite topic. I'm talking about RVs, and they've come a long way, and they are constantly changing. Warren Patton, owner, president of Byerly RV, Missouri's premier RV dealer since 1948. That is hard to wrap your head around. He's joined us to talk RVs. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
You're third generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Which is also really cool. And when was it your grandpa who started making cabinets and then?
Well, so it was my grandfather actually owned a service station across from this gentleman in Walter Bio. Had this trailer manufacturer that actually built, was a cabinet maker. He built these RVs before the RVs were RVs. He built these trailers, and my grandfather decided that, hey, there's no money in this gas business. let's get into RVs, and so he bought Mr. Byerly out. Mr. Byerly worked for him for a long time, and we transitioned from a manufacturer into a dealership. And so that's where we've been ever since. Yeah. So that was in the mid 60s, about 67. So yeah.
It's so crazy. And because of Byerly's strong reputation and the history, you guys consistently carry the top brands: Tiffin, Newmar, Winnebago, Grand Design, Thor. There's so many more. What's new with RVs right now?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of developments over the years. Obviously, we've seen big things with solar, big things with inverters, things like that. But I mean, we're just happy right now. We have changed had the opportunity to bring on so many great brands over the last year. You mentioned Newmar, a new addition. So we paired Newmar with Tiffin. We mentioned Grand Design Motors. We have Grand Design Motors, which we paired with the Winnebago brand. So we have these great brands there. Also, Winnebago has revamped their entire towable division, and they brought in a gentleman. They brought in Don Clark, who basically built Grand Design. But they also brought in a gentleman who built a lot of diesels over the years, and he's now designing their towables. And so they've revamped their entire towable line. They got the Winnebago Thrive and the Access, and they've revamped the Micro Mini. So they look great. They're affordable. But then we've also had an opportunity to bring in a couple kind of new brands. Outdoors RV is a West Coast trailer manufacturer. They really have a great reputation for quality. We're the second furthest east dealer in the country for them. And then Ember RV, which is a newer kind of offshoot that kind of came out of former Jayco people who were bought out, and they came in, they went, hey, we want to build something unique that's quality, that's really rugged and built for the outdoors. And so they've done a really good job of a new product that we've taken on as well. So there's a lot of stuff, not to mention the other brands like Alliance, who's always revamped. They're up in a down year for the industry. There's great brands like Alliance that are premier because people are looking for quality in what they're buying. They want those top tier brands.
And I can say through the 11 years that now we've been RVing and gone through, 4, the quality is crazy. Like, you think these aren't like plywood cabinets. These are cabinets that are like in your house. It's, beautiful floors. There's a lot about RVs now that is really, the structure is different.
Well, it is. And they're more and more, they're looking more like stuff you see on HGTV too. I mean, you're looking for that stuff. And even when you get into more entry level stuff, you're looking at like, oh, wow, this is fancy. This is not what I expected to see in an RV. It's not, I always talk about the orange and blue shag carpeting from when I was a kid. And you go out the RVs and you're like, I won't tell anybody that we sell trailers out here, but now you go in and you're like, wow, this is just like any modern apartment that I go in. And so they're pretty amazing. And like I said, there's just so many brands, and we're lucky to represent so many great brands in the market.
Yeah. So we've seen the tiny house craze, and you said, HGTV, they have shows all about tiny houses, but Heidi always talks about 2-foot-itis. And she's progressively, gotten bigger and bigger.
We started
at
24 feet. We're up to about 34.
Yeah. So I remember those conversations and you talking about that over the years too. So it's, yeah.
Does anybody ever downsize?
Yeah, actually that does happen. And so there is a natural kind of thing that, your entry level, we have all these great single axles from like 15 to 20 feet that people start. And whether it's a couple or family, they're starting, they got bunk models and things like that. So you start and then you go, okay, maybe we need a little more space. Maybe we don't want to be in the same room with the kids. So, let's get a 26 or 30-foot bunkhouse. And then you might go to the fifth wheel from there. And then, some people progress up the motorhomes. Maybe they started there. And actually, one of the things, I think one of your first brand, you had a Wayfarer, didn't you, early on? Wayfarer was something that Tiffin brought out. It was a 24-foot Class C. Tiffin, who'd always built Class A buses, said, a lot of our customers have gotten old enough that they actually don't want something that's 40 feet anymore. In fact, a couple just wants to maybe downsize and just have something more portable that they can drive around and see everybody. So they brought out the Wayfarer, and that's, something Winnebago makes the View.
There's so many of that size. I feel like we see that one more than we see anything else anywhere.
Well, and in addition to that, one of the most popular things that we've seen this year is smaller fifth wheels too. So there's fifth wheels, you get them under, 30 some odd feet, and that way you can get them into the national parks easier. People can travel easier.
Yeah.
Total length of your vehicle is a lot better. So there's been, we even have a really great fifth wheel. It's a 218 Chaparral that's a bunk model, really for families. It's for the family that's like, oh, I wanted a travel trailer, but I didn't want that much pulling behind. And you're like, okay, well, you got the truck. Maybe it's a half-ton towable fifth wheel with a bunk model, but it's only 27 feet.
Yeah.
And so it's something that you can tow, and it has all the space. It's designed like a motorhome floor plan, so it has everything in like a little 27-foot box.
It really, I try to describe it, at least once a week, but you really have to get out to Byerly and just go in and out and touch the leather, because it's not like leather anymore. Like, it's so great. For someone who's been thinking about getting an RV, what's the most affordable option? Like, starting price, you can get in for $150 a month with
Absolutely. In fact, right now, and this is one of the biggest things, like right now we're looking, hey, it's summer.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it felt like summer started late this year. And we saw a lot of demand kind of coming in July, but we want to make sure that people know, hey, you want affordability, you want weekends with the kids, you want to go out and camp. Right now we're having an entire bunkhouse promo. All of our bunkhouses, there's a whole bunch of them, about 23 to 25 bunkhouses, all different models that you can get for under $275 a month. There's some in the 150, there's some under 200, but for under 275, you can get a 30-foot bunkhouse trailer. All of a sudden, $275 a month, you're taking your kids out couple times a month. You're going anywhere you want to go, even during the school season. Hey, let's just get away for the weekend.
Yes.
So it's just that affordable for people to just go out and camp. They've already got the truck. They've already got the SUV. They can tow almost any of them. They're anywhere from 4,000. Up to 8,000 pounds, depending on the truck, if not a little bit more.
But your sales team will work all of that out. They're
absolutely.
so good. And what I love is that you don't just sell an RV. You help people like me discover the benefits of the RV lifestyle. You can see what we're talking about right now at ByerlyRV.com. Better yet, stop by the dealership in Eureka this weekend. You can't miss Byerly. It's right there at 109 and 44. Warren, it is go to Dallas in a couple of weeks.
That sounds awesome.
Good to see you.
Trip. Yeah, good to see you.
From ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. The markets ignored a worsening war, expensive oil, and inflation pressure, celebrating a banner day for earnings having to do with AI. The Dow recovering 614, making back more than half of the losses yesterday, which were the worst in over a year. ABC's Christian Cordero with a tale of two tech titans.
While Meta, dropped significantly, Microsoft reported a 43% growth on things like its cloud business, beating expectations there. It also showed major growth in its AI assistant Copilot, which you've probably seen pop up on more of your browsers. It is the tale of two realities when it comes to AI specifically, and something this disruptive is undeniably, both things can be true. It is creating new growth opportunities while also impacting real people and leading to cuts in the workforce.
The two Republican senators blocking President Trump's attorney general nominee met with Todd Blanche today. Unclear if the senators, John Cornyn and Tom Tillis, got what they want.
They're really obviously caught up on that $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. They want the Department of Justice to memorialize in writing to them that the fund will be dead, and also that IRS immunity provision of that settlement agreement, that so-called settlement agreement, will also be clarified, if you will, that it won't extend to a broader group of people outside of President Trump, his sons, and the Trump organization.
ABC's Catherine Folders. ABC News meteorologist Leslie Lopez sees a scorcher all weekend out west.
The entire Southwest dealing with very hot weather. Phoenix 116 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so several days in a row of extreme heat for the area. We could break records in Billings, Montana, along with Rapid City, Salt Lake City. And again, the hot weather even persists through Denver, getting hotter by the weekend, 101 degrees.
The CIA is aware of, but not about to comment on, more than 30 cyber attacks this week on water plants across Minnesota. Investigators looking into whether Iran may be responsible. You're listening to ABC News.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GAIN to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GAIN to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GAIN to borrow up to $10,000.
Good afternoon. At 5:03, we have a cloudy sky, 86 degrees. I'm Vicki Pimentel, KTRS News. A man who was arrested and jailed for smashing the windows of a nonprofit organization in St. Louis has been charged for allegedly committing the same crime following his release. The Circuit Attorney's Office says Timothy Malone was charged Wednesday with 1 count of first-degree property damage for an incident at the Thomas Dunn Learning Center on Monday. Surveillance cameras captured the incident and helped identify Malone as a suspect. Senator Josh Hawley didn't mince words during yesterday's Senate committee hearing, which featured Dr. Anthony Fauci. Fauci was met with tough questioning about his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and the belief that he covered up facts about the origin of the virus. Hawley attacked the former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, claiming Fauci's high public profile during that time went to his head.
You became a narcissist and a megalomaniac and a liar. And you've lied to the American people, and you've lied to this body. And you've disgraced your profession by doing it. You called yourself the most famous scientist in the world. You've done more to harm science than anybody in my lifetime. And I hope you'll go home and write that in your diary.
Dr. Fauci will face a contempt of Congress vote in a Senate committee next week after invoking the Fifth Amendment throughout yesterday's hearing. The rate of deadly crashes involving young drivers is increasing. KTRS's Brendan Wiese has that story.
Data from the Department of Transportation indicates that teen drivers in Missouri are involved in crashes that result in death at a higher clip than the national average. In fact, teens from the Show Me State rank 10th in the U.S. for fatal accidents per 100,000 residents. The data includes drivers aged 15 to 19 years old. Missouri teens saw the second highest raw annual count of any state in the top 10 and posted a 23.5% increase in fatal teen crashes from 2020 to 2024. I'm Brendan Wiese, KTRS News.
Governor J.B. Pritzker says Illinois residents who recently lost SNAP benefits will receive a one-time payment per eligible household member. That'll begin on August 1st. This is a one-time $400 benefit. The benefit is part of the new Families Receiving Emergency Support for Hunger, which is a $70 million program. Around 100,000 people will receive that one-time benefit on August 1st. This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. Taking a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune into Straight Talk on Retirement, Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. The Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P all closing up today. The Dow up 614 points at 52,208. The NASDAQ up 679 points. And the S&P up 121 points at 74.37. Now for a check of sports and traffic, we say good afternoon to Paul Kopsky.
Good afternoon, Vicki. The Cardinals fall to the Cubs 4-2 in 10 innings today at Busch. Back-to-back RBI doubles by Alex Bregman and Ian Happ in the 10th did the trick for the Cubs, who take 3 of 4 from the Redbirds. And St. Louis City SC is unbeaten in their last 7 MLS matches. In that span, City has outscored their opponents by a 14-5 margin. Next up is Real Salt Lake at home Saturday night at Energizer Park. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. 64 West is crowded from Tower Grove to McCausland, and it's stop and go from Lake St. Louis Boulevard to I-70. 64 East bogs down from 22nd Street to the Poplar Street Bridge and between McKnight and Big Bend. 6455 East is slow between the Poplar Street Bridge and 64. 270 is heavy from 64 to Manchester, where it starts to thin out. 44 West heavy between the Dome and the Poplar Street Bridge. And 64 East is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Neighbors Credit Union. If you're ready to upsize, downsize, or first-time home buy, turn to the team at Neighbors Credit Union. At Neighbors Credit Union, you'll find great rates, expert advice, and personalized friendly service throughout the entire home loan process and beyond. That's just what you'd expect from a great neighbor. Apply online today at neighborscu.org. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
It is 86 degrees at the KTRS studios at Westport. We'll have a cloudy sky overnight with a low of 72. Scattered showers will be moving in with tomorrow's high in the upper 70s. Once again, it is 86 degrees. I'm Vicki Pimentel, KTRS News.
St. Louis is a small town, and we all know it, especially Indoor Comfort Team. Since their beginning in 1979, Indoor Comfort Team Heating and Air Conditioning has served their neighbors with old-school honesty and integrity, fair and common-sense pricing, and fast, reliable service with real human support. When you call them, whether you need a second opinion or a whole new HVAC system, you'll get a real human being on the other line. No AI, no robot answering machines. From HVAC installation to repairs, even water heaters, Indoor Comfort Team will take care of you. And with summer already upon us, maybe it's time to get that air conditioner checked. Indoor Comfort Team takes care of our community because they're a part of it. Check them out today at indoorcomfortteam.com
or call 314-894-8200.
My college roommate said to me recently, everyone needs a good electrician on speed dial. And you know what? He's right. Ever since Michael Baldy has started advertising on the show, you know what? He's been out to the house 4, 5, 6 different times to fix all sorts of things. Good thing I got Michael Baldy on speed dial, because those things are a hazard. And it's one thing, you know how much I like to pretend to think that I'm a home improvement guy. I'll mess with plumbing and I'll mess with woodworking, but there's something I won't mess with, and that's electricity. It's too dangerous. It's too confusing, quite frankly. I know how to plug in a light bulb, but after that, it's baldyelectric.com. So for all of your electrical needs, residential, commercial, indoor, outdoor, TVs, computers, technology, baldyelectric.com. It's the place to go. You need a good electrician on speed dial. That's Michael Baldy, or baldyelectric.com.
Kuna Food Service has been the trusted food supplier in the Midwest since 1918. For over 100 years, Kuna Food Service has been distributing the highest quality food products to some of your favorite restaurants while delivering superior customer service. When a restaurant puts their trust in Kuna Food Service, they get a team that truly cares about their success. That's why at Kuna, they like to say, they're big enough to handle it, yet small enough to care. Check them out online at kunafoodservice.com.
Aluminum shapes the world around us, keeping our homes cool, our cars moving, and our supply chains humming. From their global headquarters in St. Louis, Metal Exchange has been helping to make it happen for over 50 years. But they're more than an aluminum company.
At their core, Metal Exchange takes a we before me approach by putting people first at work and in our community. That's why this month they're teaming up with Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of St. Louis for Christmas in July, collecting toys and bringing joy to local families. Learn more about how Metal Exchange is impacting our world at metalexchange.com.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
I don't know if we've really discussed our breakfast much. Do you guys eat many eggs? Like, I had an egg this morning, made an omelet. Sometimes I'll do a poached egg if I'm out for brunch or breakfast. Do you eat a lot of eggs?
Yeah, always have. Maybe not 2, 3 times a week. Now, my son eats eggs
all the time,
almost every morning. And so if I'm making breakfast for him, I'll indulge as well. I like eggs. And so but we've always had eggs in the fridge and always had eggs for breakfast.
So a nutrition expert says that any egg can be made healthy, especially if you don't cook it with a lot of oil or milk or butter, which means that poached eggs and boiled eggs are the healthiest two methods. And I like both. Then if you go a little bit less healthy, if you go eggs that are fried, and of course if you have any butter in there, that ups your calorie count and your fat. Eggs fried in olive oil or avocado oil are probably the least healthy. And then you've also got scrambled eggs if you put all the milk and butter and everything else
I
in
disagree.
there. Scrambled eggs are the best.
Butter is good. Fat is good.
Fat is good.
Calories are good.
Mm-hmm.
You
They're
just
just
can't
saying
have
a
too
lot
many.
of it.
Yeah.
It's all about
And the protein you get with the eggs is essential.
key. And, for so long, and I think that's what's interesting too, when you get different kind of, people behind certain products, all of a sudden, if it's, heart health and they're saying the yolk isn't good, well, it's really not, just the one. It has so much nutrients
Yes.
in it. It's when you have a dozen of them or other things.
Of course, you can overdo anything.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do. And so knowing when too much is too much, that's really critical.
But eggs, I think, got a bad rap for a while, and I think it's one of the best things.
Yeah.
Coffee slushies are now going viral, and I got to say, I had a peanut butter cup this morning from Park Avenue after my walk, and it was
And
absolutely
that's
delicious.
kind of coffee.
It is a little bit of peanut butter powder. It has a little bit of chocolate, and it has a couple of shots of espresso in it, and then it's blended up.
It's peanut butter powder.
Yeah.
I for some reason, I just thought they took a spoonful.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No,
dropped it in
and
there.
it is so
Skippy.
delicious.
I'm a Jif man.
I'm
Thank
a Jif
you.
woman.
No, we're Jif. I was Peter Pan growing up.
Yeah.
But Jen went to
Same.
Jif.
We were Peter Pan people growing up, and I don't know if Marsha went with Jif, but I love it. However, we have two containers. I'm smooth, she's crunchy.
Oh, really?
So we
Do you
have
think that
one of
represents
each.
your relationship as well?
Probably the opposite.
Never mind.
Yeah, Heidi's the crunchy one. I wouldn't be caught dead with Skippy in my hand.
You wouldn't.
Oh boy,
I'm
Wow.
born a Jif man and I'll die a Jif man.
Really?
But we did. Schnucks now has the machine that'll grind it up right in front of you. And I will.
You like it?
The regular nut peanut butter is not sweet enough.
Okay.
Not enough sugar in it.
Yeah.
But the honey roasted,
Pretty good.
pretty good.
I'll have to try it.
Pretty good.
Sounds pretty delicious right now. So these coffee slushies, it's basically like an iced coffee, but if you want to make it at home, then you need to use like a cold brew. Then you pour the coffee into a Ziploc bag, seal it up, toss it in the freezer. You can do this like the night before. And then when you want the coffee bags, you kind of take them out, start whacking them with something so the coffee is smashed in chunks. And then you put the pieces in a glass and pour your favorite type of milk over it. The coffee will slowly melt, forming this slushy. And if you want it to be even fancier, they're saying you put a couple pumps of your favorite syrup. But
That's wild.
that's one way to do it. The idea of beating up coffee the first thing in the morning,
So,
no.
so my wife oversees the barista cafe.
Which is so crazy that these high schools have that now. And I love it.
Let's get this. They don't even make regular coffee. None of the girls
We'll drink regular coffee.
It's always cold brew.
Oh.
Iced coffee.
Is it caffeine though? Do
Yeah,
you
it's
give
coffee.
kids
Oh, yeah.
caffeine? 14-year-olds?
High schoolers.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Whether it is or not, they do.
They do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whether you allow it or not.
Well, the kids are going to
They'll still
7
find a
Brew
way.
I
and
was going to say
Starbucks
Starbucks.
anyway.
They've all got their cards and everything is, well, that's normal now. book reveals the powerful ripple effect of saving a life. Veteran firefighter and paramedic Brad Newbury co-wrote The Saved Effect with his daughter, and he's doing this to share a couple of powerful stories. Thanks for making time for us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So, Brad, was there one moment, one life in particular that maybe you saved that led then to this book?
Yes, absolutely. There's a gentleman named Frank who I was involved in his resuscitation in 1994. And through an incredible amount of circumstances that we discuss in the book, I was able to stay connected to Frank and his family. And Frank lived an additional 25 years.
Wow.
So I got to see the incredible arc of time that Frank lived and how he really impacted his family and those around him.
You write about ordinary people being the first and most important link. Tell us more about that.
Yes, it's critically important, I believe, that, when someone's having the worst day of their life, right? When they stop breathing, they don't have a pulse. Who's standing next to them? Mm-hmm. And who does that individual have any education and training on CPR? And even if they don't, are they ready and willing to act? Meaning, will they see themselves as the person who steps forward, who dials 911? And most systems around the country have, when you call 911, a dispatcher will give you instructions over the phone, even if you don't know what to do. So the goal, a big part of our book, is to inspire individuals with the stories in our book and get them trained in CPR and being ready and willing to act.
Yeah. I consider myself a survivor. I fell down some steps, cracked my skull in a couple places almost 20 years ago. And it's life-changing, not just life-saving. What, in your opinion, are the psychological impacts of these emergency situations? What does that have on survivors and then even yourself, a responder?
I think survivors, feel that they've been given a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
And we've met some incredible folks that have survived injuries like yourself, but also who had gone into cardiac arrest and really died that day. But then once they were revived, went on to make an incredible impact in the world.
Brad, I've always said we are really squishy sacks filled with organs and water. And, we are very prone to hurting ourselves. And, blink of an eye, something can happen, just by a hair. Bob was telling us a story earlier when we were talking about your book. He ran across a highway median and pulled some guy out. Maybe the truck would have caught fire. We just don't know. So when you say, someone's, you save someone's life and, 35 years later, you call them up on the phone and just ask them how they are. There's a chance in a split second that those 35 years don't exist for that person.
That's absolutely correct. Is that, those are moments, those moments matter, right? Those moments when something bad happened, who's going to be the one that acted? And then how did they act? And did it change the outcome of their life? And so I've seen so many times in my 40 years in fire and EMS where we show up and there was an individual or other individuals that were standing there actually not helping at all. Mm. And then the chance of survivability of that person, because there was no one to fill the gap time between the time someone called 911 until the time the first responders showed up. And so if you think about it, not a hospital cardiac arrest, the chance of survivability goes down 10% every minute that nothing's being done for that person. So we rely on those bystanders, those individuals that are standing there when something bad happens. And if the time gap isn't filled, because sometimes in our first response, it can take us 4 to 6 minutes or more to respond in a fire EMS situation. And that time gap is decreasing survivability by 10%, if you think about that. Mm-hmm. We have 350,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests every year in our country.
Wow.
And right now, only about 3% of them survive. When we have bystander CPR, that number nearly triples.
And so, Brad, isn't that kind of what we're talking about? Bystanders, not that they don't want to help, but don't people sometimes freeze when they don't know what to do?
Yes, and that's something we talk about a lot. There's what they call the bystander effect. And it's a psychological phenomenon where, especially in a larger crowd, where individuals don't believe that they're the one that should step forward, or they don't believe they have the knowledge, skill, and ability to do it, or that someone else is going to do it.
Yep.
And usually there might be a fear that holds them back.
What do you say to people? How do you prepare for something like that instead of being scared?
I think you have to see yourself as that person before the emergency ever happens. And my daughter and I produced a video around that we're sharing with the public on do you see yourself as the one that will help? And do you see yourself as the one being that person that steps forward in a crowd when everyone else either steps back or doesn't move? And I think that's a mindset that individuals will have. You think about it, we're more apt when it's a loved one, but what if it was a stranger? And so there are a number of factors that may get into somebody's, reasons why they don't move forward.
So your book is called The Saved Effect. It's kind of a play on the ripple effect. The book cover of your book is a ripple. Do you have any stories in the book of someone who was saved and then went on to then save someone else?
Absolutely. We have a great story in our book from a firefighter named Richard. And Richard was in the firehouse when he went into cardiac arrest. And he was found by one of a brand new rookie, someone who was only 2 days on the job. And he went on, he found him in the bunk room and got the team involved, and they resuscitated Richard. And then through incredible circumstances, Richard couldn't serve as a firefighter anymore, but he could serve as a paramedic. And then fast forward several years, Richard saved another life.
Yeah, well, it is.
The ripple effect is amazing.
It really is, and it's happening everywhere. You can find Brad's new book, The Saved Effect, which will hit stores August 18th. Brad, thank you so much, and congratulations to you and your daughter on this book.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the conversation.
The Big 550 KTRS is proud to be celebrating 30 years of being the talk of St. Louis and looking forward to another 30 years. But we want to hear from you and get your thoughts on what you like and don't like and what we can do better. Go to KTRS.com or to the KTRS app and take our 30th anniversary listener survey. We thank you in advance, and once you take the survey, you'll be registered for a chance to win one of 5 $200 Visa gift cards from the Big 550, the talk of St. Louis.
John Beal Roofing has been proudly serving homeowners and businesses in the St. Louis metro area on both sides of the river in Missouri and Illinois for over 3 generations. A dependable roof begins with a team you can count on, and that's exactly what you get with John Beal Roofing. Recognized as one of Roofing Contractor Magazine's top 100 roofing companies, John Beal Roofing offers 24/7 emergency service and industry-leading warranties, including a lifetime workmanship warranty for total peace of mind. From upgrading an aging roof or completing a full replacement, the team at John Beal Roofing delivers solutions that are built to code, built to last, and handled with expert care. John Beal also responds quickly with reliable storm damage service, backed by decades of experience and 24/7 emergency support. Get started today for expert service and a free, no obligation estimate by calling 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
Congress doesn't need more politicians. For nearly 30 years, Joan Von Dross dedicated her life to helping students learn, grow, and succeed. Now she's running for Congress to fight for lower healthcare costs, stronger public schools, and a more affordable future for Missouri families. Teachers solve problems. Politicians play politics.
I'm Joan Von Dross, Democrat from Missouri CD2, and I approve this message. Vote for me on August 4th.
Paid for by Von Dross for Congress.
Get green at Jewels on Hampton. Jewels on Hampton pays the most for your precious metals, jewelry, gems, currency, antiques, and collectibles. Jewels on Hampton buys precious and semi-precious gems and stones, scrap gold, and sterling silver. Jewels on Hampton buys and sells paper money, wristwatches, and pocket watches. They even take pianos and cars. To sum up, bring your gold chains, bracelets, rings, coins, dental gold, and more to Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton Avenue in St. Louis. And get green online at jewelsonhampton.com.
And now, KTRS weather.
Chance Scotch with your first alert forecast. We're going to be tracking temperatures towards the upper 80s today. Mostly sunny skies. Get out and about because by tomorrow we've had issued a first alert weather day. So Friday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Could be tracking the possibility of a few isolated strong to severe storms. Could see strong winds as a primary threat and a lower risk of an isolated tornado or two. Highs towards the lower 80s. Into Saturday, scattered showers and storms remain with us throughout the first half of the day. We'll start to clear a little bit later on. Highs towards the upper 70s. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chance Scott for the Big 550 KTRS.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
5:27 and time to check back in with Captain Paul. See how traffic's moving on this Thursday.
Heidi, an accident on 64 West at Chesterfield Parkway West, exit 19A, is causing a bumper-to-bumper jam back to Timberlake Manor. 64 West is heavy and stop and go at times from Tower Grove to McCausland and between Prospect and I-70. 64 East bogs down from 170 to Big Bend and from Jefferson to the Poplar Street Bridge. 64-55 East is slow between the Poplar Street Bridge and 64. 270 is congested from 64 down to Manchester, where it starts to thin out. 44 West is heavy between the Dome and the Poplar Street Bridge and between Washington and North Broadway. And 64 East is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Westport Plaza. Don't miss the Westport Plaza Family Movie Night Friday for a free showing of The Sandlot. They'll have face painting, concessions, a stage show, and then the movie. That's the free family movie night at Westport Plaza Friday, presented by Royal Banks of Missouri. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, we were just talking with an author of a new book, Brad Newberry. The book is The Saved Effect. And if you want to wait, you can head to the St. Louis County Library and check it out. There are so many great books. You name it. You throw out a topic, you're going to find a book about it at St. Louis County Library. But they do so much more at the libraries. I mean, you've got the Emerson History and Genealogy Center. You got the Teen Creative Lab. You got all the fun author events. You've got the Library of Things. And the St. Louis County Library is going to celebrate 100 years of Route 66 with a fun family adventure this fall. So the Route 66 Challenge is going to start in a couple days, August 1st. It's going to run through the end of November. And what it does is encourage you and your family to visit unique roadside attractions, maybe attend programs at the library, and then read books about travel. You only need to complete 5 activities to finish the challenge, and then you're entered into a raffle for a $100 Visa gift card. So if you're ready to hit the road and see what's out there, read a little bit about it, attend a program, then you need to visit SLCL to sign up and learn more. We've talked about this a little bit. Are there certain things that you want to inherit? I mean, of course, my dad's 74 Bronco. It's a pretty
I'll take that. Yeah.
cool inheritance and
Yes, it
something that
is.
we are going to continue to pass down. There's other things that are meaningful. I have a couple of things from my grandparents. I have my great uncle's barber chair that was redone. That is really, really cool. And it's in the pool room. A new survey, 49% of people, almost half of us, would rather inherit nothing at all than have to deal with someone's junk or relatives' junk. I just think that that's kind of part of life. Do you feel that way?
I mean, the reality of it is, your parents generally downsize
Yeah.
for the inevitable, so there's not as much junk as there probably could have been. But their furniture is not your furniture. Their trinkets are not your trinkets. We've talked about the China cabinet. Who still keeps stuff like that anymore? It's just not in vogue, as they say. And for the most part, my brother, my sister, and I, we already have a bed. We already have a couch. We already have, all of that stuff. So unless it's an antique and it's your or it's your style, it looks like it's heading to Goodwill, right?
Or sell it.
Yeah, or sell it off or something.
For instance, our dining room is all and Jen's grandmother.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The cabinet you mentioned, the table. I don't know how much longer it's going to stay together. It's really old. And, what's that other piece of furniture?
Like the hutch?
Like the hutch thing.
Yeah.
So, and it's all really, really nice stuff.
Buffet.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And then very little else. I've talked about the soda machine that came from my dad's gas station.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
That's timeless.
Well, to somebody it might be junk, though.
Yeah.
And so my point is, not that I got these cool things, but that's kind of it. To your point, that's kind of it. So when my dad passed away, he was living in Alabama. Tons of stuff, multiple boats and motorcycles, and expensive.
You didn't keep any of the motorcycles?
I don't ride. We sold them all.
Yeah.
I kept the money, but the motorcycles, expensive tools, and all that kind of stuff. So most of that we moved on.
A couple of people in this article say that when you have to clear a home, when you're going through all the stuff, it's a little bit harder to grieve when you're sorting through everything because, you're working. I would say it makes it even harder when you pick up something and you're like, oh,
I would agree
and it would take me longer.
I would agree with you. I think that's right.
Because you sit there and you start going through the albums,
And you start sharing those memories, which is, I think, what you should be doing in that moment.
And you should do it without the spouses. Because I got to imagine if I'm sitting there going through albums, my wife's going to be like, can we go soon?
Now, see,
Hurry up. But if my brother and sister were there, I'd show them pictures and
I
we'd
want to
be
share
there
that
all
though
night.
with Marcia. I want her to be there. And if she is miserable, then that's what she signed up for. But you're supposed to be there in all of my moments, especially.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, like that.
This story intersects two shows that we do over the weekend, the yard sale and the estate planning show. And on the yard sale, we get a lot of people call in, and I can tell on the phone line that it's something from mom and dad who are passed away, and that it's probably something that's going to be hard to get rid of. Because, who wants the 100-year-old, 500-pound desk anymore? Not a lot of people want that stuff. A lot of people listen to the show because they are collectors or whatever. I always say this is great stuff to furnish this time of year a college kid's apartment or first.
That's a really good idea.
We have
Really
a corner in our basement of stuff that we haven't sold or gotten rid of because I keep thinking when the kids finish college, they'll need a starter set of chairs or a little corner cabinet.
Yeah. And in 2000, when I went to school, we did take the couch in my basement, and that thing never lasted. That's either still in the house or in some junkyard in Columbia. But a lot of times with these college campuses, the apartments come furnished now.
Yeah.
So you don't even need the beds and stuff. So it's really interesting that the more we move on, we keep getting the stories of mom's Hummel figurines. Who's going to take them? I might take one. This one was my favorite, but I'm not taking 50. Yeah. So on the text line 84126, what have you inherited that you were happy to get rid of?
Or something that you really loved, and it was like, I'm so happy that I was able to keep this. It didn't go to that cousin.
84126. 84126. They'll gladly take grandma's ring, but they don't want grandma's dining room table. 84126. When it came to inheriting, what's the good and what's the bad?
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served,
We understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
Okay, you've decided you want to get away. You want to travel. You want to see the world. Let Altair Travel and Cruises handle all the details. You handle all the fun. You don't know where to stay. You don't have to worry about transfers. What about your luggage? What about a tour guide? You don't want a tour guide. Lewis and Clark had a tour guide. You're in a different country. You want to go see the Sistine Chapel. You're going to need a tour guide. Let Altair Travel handle all those details. You handle all the fun. 314-968-9600. Altair Travel or altairtravel.com.
When you want to send flowers to a loved one for a birthday, anniversary, or that special occasion, call your friends at Walter Knoll Florist. Walter Knoll is family-owned and operated and offers custom designs by expert designers. A huge inventory and selection that only the largest florist can offer, with quality and care that no grocery store florist can meet. They have several locations in the St. Louis metro area to serve you. Order online today at WKF.com. That's WKF.com. Walter Knoll Florist, your personal florist since 1883.
Embrace the darkness at Nocturnal by Nature. It's a free family event Saturday, August 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's happening at the Bush Conservation Area, 2360 Highway D in St. Charles. You'll discover what goes on when the sun goes down. See live owl presentations, explore an inflatable cave and night hikes, meet real night creatures, dissect owl pellets, get mesmerized by moths, and probe the night sky through a telescope. And free snow cones to boot. Come experience the Nocturnal in your nature.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Line, all I know is I'm leaving a list for my kids so they don't throw anything away of value. That's true because what's valuable to you might not even realize it.
Instead of giving it away, this is valuable. You can actually sell this for money.
Right. Make sure you know what you're, have in your possession.
I mean, if I had real silverware, I open up my drawer and I wouldn't know if it was real silver or not. I'd probably just throw it in a bag and give it away.
And this listener is pretty funny. My dead 80-year-old mom's 90-year-old husband. That's what they inherited.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's work.
Poor dad.
My mom and dad's good china. We've never used it, and it just sits in my cabinets.
Yeah.
Somebody else said I inherited a couple of portraits painted of my parents in Gaslight Square. They mean the world to me. I bet that is so cool.
I bet it is. Yeah, that's neat.
We have somebody on the phone.
Nancy.
Hi.
Hi, Nancy.
I wanted to say a couple things. When I was going to get married about 65 years ago, which I'm not married to the person any longer, but anyway, we were both moving our things into this house. And, oh my goodness, this ugliest lamp in the whole world. And it was made out of ceramic thing, and it was so ugly. And I said, no. And he insisted, and it was like almost a split right then. But anyway, he dropped it and broke it, and it was so funny.
Did you trip him, or he really just dropped it?
He did drop it and break it. He was so mad.
Oh my goodness!
I'm glad I didn't break it.
Well, the lamp broke, but it saved the marriage
for a time.
For a while,
Yeah.
for 28 years.
All right,
But
that's pretty good.
today, I got a really nice day bed that I need for an extra bedroom from a lady that was deceased in our apartment complex this week. Brand new bed and mattress.
Wow.
I'm so happy. And they were just bringing the stuff out to the street, and people were just picking through.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm glad you got something that works for you. Nancy, thank you so
Well,
much
I
for
am
listening,
too.
and thanks for calling us. Call anytime.
I do, and I listen all the time.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Somebody on the text line said, Josh Flatware, that is sterling silver is stamped sterling. So I guess I'll have to look on the back before I toss it up.
So much trouble.
See? Well, keep the text coming because you guys are funny. But while we do that, let's do a little entertainment news. Michael J. Fox will receive the Bob Hope Humanitarian Award at this year's Emmys.
Nice.
Which is well-deserved, I think. Elton John is celebrating 36 years of sobriety, which is pretty amazing. Did you guys see that movie?
No, I never did.
It's a good movie.
Do they talk about
yeah,
all of that?
They do talk about all of it.
When does the movie end? Like, in what stage of his career?
It's been a while since I've seen it. I think when he somewhere around the duck costume is maybe. I'm trying to think.
Stadium.
Yeah, at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
I think it's around there, but I could be wrong. George and Amal Clooney had to evacuate their home in France due to these wildfires. So I guess sometimes
They got a home in France and Italy.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it?
And a few more, maybe.
Mhm. Yes. Oprah is closing her school for girls in South Africa, but she's actually starting a scholarship program that she says will benefit even more girls across the country. So still doing some good there. Deidre Hall recently celebrated 50 years on Days of Our Lives. And in a new interview, the soap star looks back at her iconic devil possession storyline on the show. And
do you remember that, Bob? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's
we
legend.
Were watching, right?
Yeah. The levitation scene, she said, was pretty thrilling. Now, as for her first reaction to the narrative, she said it was so ridiculous.
That's my current reaction.
And she says it was a lot. But ever the professional, she didn't kind of push back on it. She jumped on board and she said, I got one caveat. All I said at the time was, just because it's such an odd thing to do, let's really commit to it and do it right. So it's a story that we can be proud of. And she said, please do it well. She goes, I don't even know what I meant at that point, but let's not do it cheaply and try. And she went on to talk about how they kind of cleared the studio and brought in this professional to do this levitation thing. And it was really like quite odd. Marcus Mumford from Mumford & Sons doesn't listen to music in his house because his wife, Carrie Mulligan, doesn't play music because he gets too distracted and will not pay attention to anything else.
How funny.
Isn't that an interesting one? We have music playing in our house 24/7, just about. I mean, as soon as I wake up and until the time I'm going to bed, unless we're really watching something else. Shania Twain was recently asked if she were writing That Don't Impress Me Much today, if she would rewrite anything like the Brad Pitt name drop. And she said, I've never met Brad Pitt and just don't know whether he's avoiding me because he's offended that I put him in the lyric of the song or whether we've just never crossed paths. She said, so no, I would not take Brad out of the song, but maybe I would add some people like Harry Styles.
Huh. Didn't she perform and she said Ryan Reynolds?
She has said a couple different.
He was in the crowd, like
names.
at one of the award shows,
which is kind of cute.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll and Bunny XO unfollowed each other on social media following her purchase of
it's official
Rolls Royce. Loudwire.com put together a list of the longest running rock and metal bands. And these are groups who have been together for more than 40 years and have never broken up or gone on hiatus. And I thought this was interesting, especially after seeing Ain't Too Proud, where I think he said last night there have been 27 temps throughout. They call themselves Temps and the Temptations.
Temps. Yeah.
So the Rolling Stones have been together since 1962. Never broken up. Scorpions.
Scorps.
ZZ Top.
I mean, the lineups have changed, but they've never broken up.
Right.
Okay.
Cheap Trick.
I mean, ZZ Top have been I guess Dusty
died.
Okay.
AC/DC.
Bon Scott died, but
Kiss. Iron Maiden. Def Leppard. U2. Has anybody even changed in U2?
No.
Which is pretty remarkable.
Or Parliamentary Procedure. Fleetwood Mac should be on there.
Metallica.
Hang on.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Bon Jovi, Poison, Guns N' Roses. Fleetwood Mac is not.
But they should be.
Yeah.
They've never broken up.
That's true.
No, they haven't. John McVie and Mick Fleetwood have been there from day one.
Okay. That's
from day one.
Yeah. All right.
100 other people have been in and out.
Yeah. But they've been the This is interesting since we were just talking about CPR. The American Heart Association caught up with Ella Langley and her crew on tour to teach them how to perform hands only CPR. Apparently, her song, Choosing Texas, is the perfect tempo to do CPR too. It has 112 beats per minute, and the AHA recommends performing chest compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 per minute. Because I thought also Staying Alive was one, but now if you're singing Choosing Texas, you can use that. Let's do a couple birthdays.
These are going to be tough today.
All right.
So
we're
a lot
up for
of
the
focus
challenge
here. St. Louis centric, Olympic and World Cup hero, played goalie here for a while. Hope Solo, one of the greatest American goalies of all time.
I got to play a little soccer with her in a hallway at Channel 5.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're not really a soccer player.
No, but I had to do it for TV.
And she's an athlete.
You kind of look like Hope Solo.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
Hope
gorgeous.
Solo.
She's about a foot taller.
At least. I'd say maybe 2 feet.
No, I'm just saying.
She's real tall.
She's
Yeah.
6 feet tall, 6'1" maybe.
She is?
Yes. All those goalies are. You
I
can't
thought
be a
she was
goalie and be
little
5'2".
something.
And she, as you probably found out on your deal, she would come into the radio station on the sports station occasionally and was a great guest.
Yeah, she's the real deal.
Yeah.
You know, I would say she is 48.
46.
Got that one, 45.
Ooh.
This one, very tough.
Okay.
Because they seem kind of new. Anyway, director of the Dark Knight trilogy, Dunkirk, Inception.
Christopher Nolan.
Got his new big movie
The
out.
Odyssey.
Biggest in the world.
63.
58.
56. And finally, we'll go nostalgia.
56.
We'll go
He's done a lot.
He could be done right now
Right.
at 56
With a great
and be
career.
a legend.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The Gubernator.
Tough one.
Run to the chopper. 78. I think he's older than you think.
77.
79.
Oh, Josh was the win today. That is your evening entertainment report here on the Big 550 KTRS. Somebody said Josh Elton also wore not only his duck costume, but many more at the VP Fair back in the 80s.
All right, so I wanted to address that. I Googled Elton John, St. Louis Arch. I cannot find a picture of him in the duck costume. However, from the Post-Dispatch, Tuesday, July 6, 1982, there's a picture of Elton John standing next to a police officer, also dressed as a police officer. And,
I've seen that pic before.
and it says Elton John tries to duck fairgoers by dressing up
That's pretty funny.
in a police officer's outfit.
A couple other people saying Rush has never broken up. And someone else saying it was very lucky to see Scorpions last summer on their 60th anniversary show in Germany, their hometown.
That's cool.
Wow. Thanks to who else? Altair Travel.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
All right, so I have to say something before we go to traffic. I just got a phone call. We asked people to call in about the antiques and things that they inherited that they don't want, or that they do,
Or they love.
or that they
like
love.
that portrait.
So the phone rings. I pick it up, and
Was
it's
it your mother?
No, it was a gentleman.
Okay.
And he was startled because he said I was expecting a female to answer the phone, and I was thinking, well, Heidi doesn't answer the phones.
No.
I have to do that. And then he asked me. I said, this is a radio. You do know this is a radio station,
I heard
right?
you say that.
And he said, thought I was calling Arlene. And then he reads the number back to me. And I said, 93158, that's our phone number. I think someone's given out our phone number to would-be or won't-be suitors. So
okay,
Arlene, the fake number out there.
To Max and Connor and Carl and Brendan tonight, be on the lookout.
You know what?
The rest of the day, say, hi, this is Arlene.
I'd like to meet Arlene now. It's about 8 minutes before 6. Let's get one final check of traffic from Captain Paul.
Heidi, they've cleared an accident on 64 West at Chesterfield Parkway West with residual congestion back to Timberlake Manor. 64 West is busy from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker, and it's heavy and slow between Prospect and I-70. 64 East slows down at 170. 64 55 East is slow between the Poplar Street Bridge and 64. 270 South is congested from 64 to Manchester, where it thins out. 44 West is heavy between the Dome and the Poplar Street Bridge and between Washington and North Broadway. 5570 East slow from 64 to Illinois 111, and 64 East is jammed between Illinois 157 and 159. This traffic report is brought to you by Fielder Electric. See what everyone is saying about the pros at Fielder Electric. Whether it's a new build or a 100-year-old home, Fielder Electric has you covered. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
You know, that honey-do list isn't getting any shorter, and you got to make a dent into it. Can I recommend going somewhere to helping you out? Schnarr's Hardware. Schnarr's Hardware has 2 locations, one in Webster and one in Ladue. One great family, 2 great hardware stores. Schnarr's Hardware. When you walk in with that list, you say, okay, I think I know how to do this one, but these 3 I need help on. And you know what? The people behind the counter at Schnarr's Hardware, that's what they do best. They have the expertise, so they can help you with electrical, help you with plumbing, painting, really anything at Schnarr's Hardware. They're small, they're compact, but it's that friendly neighborhood hardware store that has been the way it's been here in America for years, right? You remember when your grandfather took you to the hardware store. That's Schnarr's Hardware. The popcorn and the advice are free. So when you go to Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations in Webster and in Ladue. Don't forget about the website, schnarrshardware.com. So for all of your hardware needs and that honey-do list, Schnarr's Hardware or schnarrshardware.com.
For the last 33 years, we've discovered that at Banner Construction, we pride ourselves on quality craftsmanship. We believe the single most important decision homeowners must make when considering an exterior restoration project is, who do I hire? At Banner, we provide well-engineered, meaningful long-term solutions to transform your home into the pride of the neighborhood. Let us help you fall in love with your home all over again. Call or visit bannerconstruction.com and have a banner day.
Are you retired? Are you thinking about retiring? Who is helping you with retirement? Might be time to check out the show When Retirement Happens, hosted by Kevin Lloyd of Legacy Wealth Advisors. Saturday at 1, Sunday at noon on the Big 550 KTRS.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
All right, let's wrap this show up and kind of lean into Friday.
All right, the granddaughter of Mussolini, Benito, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben, to you, was a semi-successful Japanese pop singer. Her name was Alessandra Mussolini. She's now 63 years old, and she just won the Italian version of Celebrity Big Brother.
Really?
I mean, it's a granddaughter. I mean, El Duce died probably before she was even born. So she doesn't even know. She never even met him, I'm sure. But here's the question. Do you change your name? I feel like there was a movie called Meet the Hitlers.
Yeah.
And there was a family from St. Louis.
Well, I told you about a guy I went to school with, college, Jim Hitler. Great guy. He was kind of scary, but he was a great guy.
So I think you have to change your name. The word quarantine comes from the Italian, speaking of Italian, the Italian for 40 days. It dates back to when it was discovered that ships were infested with the plague, and they were forced to wait outside of Venice for 40 days to see if any symptoms popped up. And then if they did, they wouldn't let them in. And if they were clean.
What do you think that ship was like?
40 days.
Did you bring your deodorant?
Yeah. And then at its peak in the early 2000s, AOL's famous dial-up internet service was used by more than 30 million subscribers.
Wow.
By 2015, it had 2 million. And by 2023, it still had around 150,000. That's the dial-up.
Yeah. It might be the only thing that people can get in certain parts of the country.
Yeah, maybe. Did you guys use it?
No.
You didn't?
I'm new to this whole computer thing. You guys, that does it for us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Thursday. I hope you had as much fun as we did. And hopefully you'll meet us back here for more fun tomorrow starting at 3 o'clock. Until then, see if you can put a smile on somebody's face.
It's all right. Get your money or your life. It's all right. It's all right. Don't need a salt to drop you flowers. Oh no. Oh no. Whatever gets you through your life.
This July, we celebrate our nation's 250 years of independence and the anniversary of the One Big Beautiful Bill. As a small business owner, you understand the freedom and independence that comes from owning your own business. Hi, I'm Jeff Zufall, Senior Tax Strategist and Wealth Advisor at Capital Advisor Group and the author of the 2 #1 best-selling books on taxes, Keep What's Yours and Keeping What's Yours. We're celebrating 50 years helping small businesses maintain their independence by minimizing their financial risk to their business, reducing their tax liability, and growing their wealth with strategic tax planning. If you're relying on investment advice from someone who isn't familiar with strategic tax planning and you feel like you might be paying more than your fair share in taxes, give us a call. 636-394-5524. That's 636-394-5524 or online at capitaladvisorygrp.com.
As we enter into the summer months, you might be thinking windows and doors. Yeah, and where are you going to go? You have lots of options when it comes to windows and doors. Let me tell you about a St. Louis company that everybody should know about. It's called WSWindow.net. It's run by Larry Thornton and his son, Joe. And they've been selling windows and doors in St. Louis for 38 years. They do most of their work with a handshake and a smile. There is no high-pressure sales. There is no jacking up the prices and then try and bring you down as they demand some type of signature on the dotted line. They'll shake your hand and say, we hope to hear from you. And they have been successful. They beat the big boys at their games for all these many years because they do it right. They have long-time installers, long-time employees. The Window Store. If you need windows, if you need doors, you want a great price, and you want to keep it in the St. Louis family. That's Larry and Joe Thornton. The Window Store. WSWindow.net. WSWindow.net.
Staples